What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another baseball stream here on the Spike Week YouTube channel. We will be doing, after pressuring Underdog into releasing the another bunt for us, we're going to be testing the waters in the Bunt 2, which is this going to be the same thing as the bunt, except just a smaller, just shrink down into basically, I think it's half the size, just exactly like half the size.
Yeah.
So. But I'm joined by my boy Nez, who I think, as of now, Brian Reynolds is still a Pirate.
He is, despite Bob Nightingale's best efforts. Brian Reynolds still a Pittsburgh Pirate, still one of the most underrated players in the league as far as just value, what he brings to a team. Still a Pirate. Thank God.
If you needed anyone to tweet it, it's Bob Nightingale, because you knew immediately, like, okay, well, I have a chance. This could be nothing. It's just smoke right now. So
yeah. He's everybody picks on Bob, bless his heart, but I was not really that fearful. It's more so the discourse that comes after a Pirates rumor, especially Brian Reynolds. Very sensitive to hearing all the things everybody's got to, all the jokes, heard it all 1,000 times, but. If he's gone, man, you might need to check up on me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Immediately when I saw that, I was just like, I was wondering, like, did he already tweet about it? Like, I mean, I know you got the notifications on lock, so I'm like, I was worried. But
I'm on there.
But so tonight we're just gonna be going over. We're gonna go over the basics again. We're gonna basically kind of show them on screen for anyone that hasn't. I know there could be some new people in here testing these waters with the smaller prize pool. So we're going to go over this just real quick.
I got to pull this up because I was looking at the scoring, right? We were going to go over this, and it doesn't necessarily, maybe general contest information.
Yep. But, so if you it's in specifically like MLB best ball. It's not in the contest itself.
Okay. All right. See, I don't.
So if you click MLB on the side.
Okay.
And then I think if you just scroll down, you should get best ball scoring.
Okay, I was gonna. There we go. Thank you. I only looked at the rules like once.
I believe. I don't know if they updated. If you check hit by pitch, it might be wrong. They might have updated it.
Yeah, I think it's still.
So we'll have to make sure we see that. But
yeah.
So the scoring is going to be just points. It's going to be very basic in the way that, as you can see on that screen. Here, let me make this full screen so I'm not just zooming into the camera here. But as you can see on there, a pitching, we're gonna have just 5 scoring categories for a pitcher. A win is 5, a quality start is 5, getting a strikeout is 3, and then an inning pitched, or 0.1 per a third inning pitch. So basically 3 points for an inning pitched, and then -3 for an earned run. The batting is going to go in progressive form. So it's just 3 for a single, 6 for a double, 8 for a triple, 10 for a home run. And then obviously home runs, you're most likely going to get the automatic 14 for getting the 10, and then the run RBI and run, which is just 2 as well. A walk is going to be 3, stolen base is going to be 4, and then a hit by pitch is 3. It is
it's not 5. So don't go chasing Anthony Rizzo, Starling Marte, Josh Harrison. Don't chase those guys for the extra juice. Not going to get any squeeze there. It's going to be 3.
It's funny. I had that in there when I put it in my projection. I'm like, this is what just went wrong. Why are these people getting
Anthony Rizzo
up?
First overall? Like,
but that's the basic scoring. That's how it is. Let's see if you want to go to roster. I think it's just up a little bit.
Yep. Give that a review here.
So roster again, there's 20 rounds in opposed to last year, and I guess I think everything is going to be 20, maybe. I don't know. At least so far for NFL and MLB, they're going with 20 rounds now, and they've upgraded to a flex spot rather than having an extra bench. So it's broken down where it's into 3 categories: a pitcher, like relief pitcher, starting pitcher, same thing, doesn't matter. Pitcher. You're not going to draft many relief pitchers. If you are, that's not. We'll talk about that. Outfielders, outfielders are just straight. I mean, your outfielders. I believe they added the DHs in for the outfielders, so you'll get a lot of the guys that are DHs in the outfield position, which is good, as Nez pointed out last time, because it's a thinner position. And infielders are just going to be your infielders. So there's no specific positions. And then obviously pointed on the screen, a flex is an infield and outfield. No pitching is in the flex. So that is something to know. that's for the roster. And then I think the only other thing would be the schedule. If we want to touch on that.
Let me go back to the Bunt 2 and general. There we go. All right. So this is the advancement stuff, and I can make this a little bigger here. So this is the advancement stuff, and the so it actually just says best ball weeks, but do we actually have the hard dates for these? Because they just
yes. Let me get them, because that is
offhand. I don't know. I know that you guys. I read the article.
So
on Spike Week about the playoff weeks.
Yep.
But,
offhand. And I'll need to correct myself here. So the qualifying rounds, which would be the round one, weeks 1 through 19, is going to be the April 7th opening day through August 28th, not the August 28th, not the 21st. So because we moved it back. So that is the first round, April 7th through August 28th. And then the round 2 will be August 27th, or I guess August 29th. I'm gonna get these all screwed up because I think it's August 29th through would be September 11th, and then that is the second week. Third week would be September 12th through September 25th. Again, I'm probably butchering a date or two off because these are wrong on here. And then the finals are basically the last 2 weeks of the season. I think it's important to note the last 3 or 2 games of the season. The final, there's like 2 other games that come after that Monday.
Really?
And those are not included when I was doing looking at the playoff schedules for the top stacks and just going through best playoff schedules. It ends in those there's 2 or 3 games depending on which team that are not included. Who knows? For important teams down the playoff, I mean, it's going to be important. For some teams that are out of it, it could be okay, good, because I don't mean that,
right.
So,
right. And for the newbies to best ball, the playoff schedules are not something you should galaxy brain, but in my opinion, I think using playoff schedules are a really good tiebreaker. I don't want to spoil your article because it was really interesting to read that. So go on Spike Week, check out the who's got the juiciest playoff schedule before we start drafting. But it can be useful because, this is a season-long contest until it's a 2-week contest. And then after that, it's the name of the channel. You want those Spike Weeks. You want to catch lightning in a bottle. So that it kind of breaks down, after the season-long contest into these playoff stuff. So there is some sort of advantage to kind of knowing who you need in that final group. And another thing to note, just real quick, these groupings are pretty forgiving for the Bunt too. This 39-person final round is a lot smaller than the regular Bunt, I believe.
I think it's like 70 something.
I think you're right. I think it's exactly, 79.
79, yeah.
So pretty forgiving advancement overall compared to the Best Ball Mania, where you've just got to have the nuts or you're screwed. Yep. So this is why I really like it. It's pretty forgiving to all players.
Yeah. And I forget who it was in the Discord. I don't know if you remember, but they were talking about when it gets to the end of the season in baseball. I mean, it's totally different from a lot of sports because there's, I should say it was totally different now that the playoff schedule has completely just, changed. We have, I think is it 12? Is it officially 12 teams going to the playoffs now?
It's not 14 anymore yet, but it will.
Yep.
Be,
so,
but
which is still a change up. So it's going to be more teams fighting for it. Basically, my point is a lot of teams shut down people. They shut down their older guys. They'll end up just shutting them down. So a lot of times players just become irrelevant in August and September. So it gets to the point where when it comes down to those 2 weeks, it's really important, to just basically have players that are on the field. That's one thing that we're going to realize when we get down to the nitty gritty of the season. So,
similar to football.
Yep. Exactly, similar to football. So
sorry, I was froze a little bit, but I was going to say similar to football. Yeah, where it's kind of whoever you got left at the finish line. Hopefully they can take you across the hump. Fingers crossed that COVID won't be such a big deal as it was for last year as far as making and breaking playoff rounds. But you can see if if you're familiar with the best ball tournaments and stuff, this should be oh wow, you only need to finish top 3. This is nice. This is nice.
Exactly. Yep. It's really nice. So I think if there's anything else we wanted, I think we just want to touch on basically the top stacks. We can kind of go on that as we get going with the bunt.
Yeah. We can go ahead and get the bunt started here. So let me.
If anyone in the chat wants to join in, we're gonna be loading up the bunt 2 here.
Just kind of pause in a second. All right, here we go. And I will. Oh wow, we filled up. Oh my god,
we were the.
I'm really sorry if you missed it, but we got. I know some names here. I know some names here, but
I'm in it, of course.
I'm glad he got in. That's awesome. We're stacked right beside him again.
We're sandwiched between Bunt and No Bo Sox. So
all right, you know what? We're gonna have to utilize our chat because he can see the chat. I'm Discord DMing you. Bunt, you're not getting our edge this time, brother. You are not getting that edge. I refuse. I refuse. But let me see who else we got in the 11 and 12 spot. Dark Sheep, the streamer's so screwed. All right, what up, Dark Sheep? I'm glad you were able to hop in here. I cannot believe how full these were.
I can't believe they got in this draft. Like they were basically just timing it. Like we were the last one in. It could have just been a full of them, and we would have been in a fresh one.
Yeah, I mean that just goes to show, man, the popularity that's really picked up in these contests is kind of really fun to see. You know,
I mean, so in this contest, have you thought about anything different? The fact that it's chopped in half size wise, or are you going, if you've done any, I've done a couple. Are you just going the same strategy basically as you are with the dinger? Almost, it's 1,000 more than the dinger.
Right. I've been treating the $5 entries kind of like my variance type of entries, where if I see a guy that fits my construction as the draft has come to me, then that I know I don't have a lot, then I'll take that guy. Like, for example, like Akil Badu, I do not take a lot of Badu. I don't take a lot of Adolis Garcia. So, and these $5 drafts are more lenient to take those guys. So that's kind of how I've been treating it, is just to kind of fade my dinger convictions, because my dinger ownership is much more concentrated than my overall ownership.
And that's a good way to put it. Yeah, because that's one thing I think we touched on last time. But yeah, me right now, I stop myself from trying to get exposure to everybody. I just in the bunt, I just went, you know what, like I'm just gonna go with the guys. Like I found myself just getting people I wasn't. So that's what I was in the dinger. I feel like that's a good strategy to go, is to basically, again, take your core guys that you want. Is it how much Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz in the dinger?
That's a great question. Let me pull that up on my side screen here and I'll let you know. But I know I keep comparing the baseball best ball to football, but that's like the best comparison that we have right now. When it comes to like mixing construction and baseball, in my opinion, it feels different than mixing it in football, because there's so much more data and it's not necessarily predictable, but to me, it feels a little bit easier to kind of mix up exposures in baseball, because it just feels more predictable than football, if that makes sense. So on the clock here, what's up with Jose? Okay, he's fine. I'm kind of feeling Mookie or Acuna.
It's either going to be Mookie or Acuna for me. Yeah.
Let's do Acuna, since I know that you love the Brave stacks, and I feel more comfortable going nuts on Acuna here at 8, even though he may not start the season active. I haven't seen any news, but I'm assuming he's starting on the IL. He's doing no spring training. I've been keeping up on it. No spring training. Okay. No DH. No outfield, obviously. But I think it's still up in the air if he's going to see any time at DH before he gets to the outfield. I think that's probably most likely their plan at some point. And they're just, it's going to be, he's going to go on the IL and then kind of ramp up, taking at bats, live game at bats, and then he'll make his way to the outfield. But it's same thing that I think we've all seen early May. But he's the number one point. If I'm checking over here, I'll be looking over my side screen. He's the number one points per game. Like I know he's not projected like the highest overall, but points per game wise, he's the number. Like he's number one for me. I think he might have moved down to 2. I think Tatis somehow moved up to 1 or something like that. But Acuna's for me, and I like doing some interesting stacks. Tatis piles up, yeah.
But what I was going to say is Mookie, or if for anyone doing that, Mookie or Acuna in that spot, I think are both slam dunks because they're both in top 3 stacks. So you're giving yourself an immediate just staple that you can then stack up any way you want. Sadly, the days of getting a Mookie, Freddie, Trey Turner mix of them, it's over. Like if you can get it, it's very rare.
It is. Like, it's really hard.
It used to be. There's some teams I saw in the Discord that were definitely pulling it off, but the days of doing that are no longer. So you're going to be stuck to yourself, kind of picking between that. Now, something that I kind of just I would say a weird galaxy brain was, so everyone's taking Vlad and doing Springer and Teoscar. It's
very popular. Very popular.
So what I did in 3 drafts was take Bo Bichette. I know. I took Bo Bichette 3, 4, and 4, and then stacked them up with Teoscar and Springer because I'm like, who else is going to have that stack?
Mm-hmm. I've done that.
I get it because I'm like, if Vladdy's available, I'm taking Vladdy. But he wasn't available, so I'm like, you know what? Let me do something weird.
Yeah.
And that's what I did there. But
so we're back up here, and we took Robert last time, so let's maybe try to get a mix up here. I mean,
Olsen. I like Matt Olsen.
Let's just do it. Let's practice what we preach. We've been real big on stacks all off season, and I mean, it don't get much prettier than Olsen and Acuna.
And what I like to do, I mean, Albies is high for me. So I like Albies when he falls, and I know I'm saying this and he's not gonna now, but
he might.
I think that stack is just really nice. And I know Albies, it's like, can he produce? I think he's on the line of Javier Baez. So he's on the line of Javier Baez in one of these categories of it was swing rate where it was such an outlier. He was overperforming to the point so much that I think he was related to that, especially in that in line with the home runs and whatnot, that regression is most likely to happen is what I'm basically getting to the point.
Right. So if you look at his stats here, we got a second here. Let me just pull up his fan graphs. Season or career high in ISO here, by a large margin. Cut down I don't even look at 2022 whenever we look at these. K percentage is stomachable. We wish he had more walks, but that's not a big deal. But it's all about the counting stats. I like looking at WRC plus, but in the Atlanta offense, I mean, it's them and the Dodgers and the NL as far as just being just absolutely stupid lineups. So
and I think you pointed it out. They play in basically East Coast Coors.
Yeah, it's not comparable elevation wise, but it's no. As far as east of the Mississippi River, where they play Truist is the highest elevation east of the Mississippi. So I mean, they lot of bombs there.
And I'll always be a proponent of getting big stacks, especially guys like that. So
yeah. I mean, it's really just a sound strategy. It makes sense. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. So Bime for double tap and infield. I like
screen, that. My screen's gone, I think. The sharing.
Oh, really? Did I stop sharing? Oh, my fault. My fault. Thank you.
You're good. It just showed for me. So.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thanks. All right. So Bime for here, double tap and infield. I like that. I've been getting really fragile at infield and just taking 5 infield, and I've been doing it lately without even going heavy at the beginning, just because I feel like the position is that deep. And I always pick on you, Mr. 9 pitchers, but I've been doing that a lot more, man. I have. I've been shifting very much towards the 9 pitchers. I feel like the draft lobbies, at least in my experience, have shifted to the point where now the late value is and maybe you were able to find it obviously early, but now I feel like post 17th round, there's not a hitter I want to touch. It's really not pretty right now. So to me, I just feel so much more comfortable taking some pitchers at that juncture of the draft.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's how I've done my slows that I'm doing. I've started different ways, and the ones that I've started basically all hitters first, literally I'm talking 10, 11 hitters first, and then all pitchers have been ones lately. I'm like, these look nice. These look way better than what you're saying is having to grab a hitter late in the even 17th is scary, right? You're right. It's unless you can get an outlier to fall, there's people there that are just like we're taking risks on them, and we're putting bets, but it's like
right. And if you're listening to us and you're drafting like us, you're probably going hitter heavy. And if you're going hitter heavy, you should probably assume that your top 8 hitters, outfield and infield, are going to score most of your points. So an infielder or a pitcher at that point is going to offer you so much more value if you get lucky and you hit their 2-start week. So there's our boy. I mean,
I like it.
What are we doing if we're not taking the triple stack, man? We got to practice what we preach. I love that. I actually I think I have one team like this because I put a little emoji by the team. I name all my teams after I'm done. So I know this team has an emoji by it. My favorite teams get emojis.
That's literally like I've done this. I've pulled it off now. I think this is going to be like my 4th or 5th time. And I like it every time. And each time I'll try and wait so I can, if you've read my article, you already know what I'm trying to pull off next. So I'll try and wait and hide some of that in here so we don't get fully screwed tonight. But I like what's forming. Like right now you can do. It's just obviously I think we're going to want to go outfielder with our next pick. Because
I would probably feel most comfortable with that.
Exactly, yeah. Because like it's just with Acuna not being able, but. The thing is, people are getting so there's just been comments and people on Twitter and the Discord of just scared of the people not starting the season. And I'm just like, I don't care if they don't start the season because it is such a long season that if they're not there for the first month or 2, I know like it's different if you just got injured versus if you're getting surgery and rehabbing. So it's a totally different like animal and all this stuff, like, and it's different for each player. But like if someone's worried about someone for an injury or like potentially not seeing the field right away or something, it's like I'm going to take advantage of them, and because I see them dropping, and it's like I personally like that. Like
it's definitely an edge because I think people definitely overreact to some of that stuff. So I want to comment here. I like this. I like to start from Dark Sheep here. I've got a couple of these as well where I'll go 3. I'll go triple tap the Yankees outfield. I am very scared about the playoffs with them, but I mean they'll get you there.
That's what I was just going to pull up here. That's a good comment right there. What about going 0 pitcher or no pitcher until like the 10th round? And that's something in these drafts, like most recently, so the ADPs, I like it in this market that we got right now. Because of the let's get a pick here.
Yeah, so if we go outfield, I love Mullins.
I like Mullins. Yeah.
Are you feeling anything else here?
So I'm thinking stack wise, and if we wanted to do Eloy, you could get more Chicago White Sox stacks, which they if we want to do. But I mean, I like Mullins still over Eloy.
I'm gonna stick with my gut here. I'm gonna go Mullins.
I like him over that, but that's my only thing.
The stack equity is very high with the White Sox because that's just a team where their entire lineup you can draft and feel okay about. I low key like this is gonna sound gross, but if you know ball, you might agree with me a little bit here. Baltimore low-key is like very easy to stack, and it's not gross. It's really not gross.
Nope.
Like these guys are all not all these guys, but there's like 4 or 5 guys in the Baltimore lineup that are draftable that are above average. And I will draw the line at Santander. Can't take him, but Mullins, Hayes, Mancini, and I know I'm even forgetting one.
I don't take Mountcastle. I've not taken any, and I've taken some.
Let me just go to Orioles.
It's just ahead. I know it's going, but like I think it just can't be overstated enough. The biggest park change in history, the fact that it's 30 feet back, like 5 feet high. He literally is taking away, I think it was like 4 or 5 home runs. He's projected for like. I could see 20 home runs being what he gets this year. Like legitimately, like it's a ginormous change. It is like 37 home runs. I don't think you'll ever see that again. I don't think you'll see. I think 30 might be high.
Yeah. No, that part change is a big deal, and I think that it's probably like, I don't even know how much it's even priced in right now, but because I just feel like people don't want to click on the Orioles to begin with. But once we get around here, just remind me, once you get to Mountcastle's ADP, and I know last year's not everything, but like the guys last year that these guys are around are like 200 points behind these Orioles players. And I just think as far as stacking goes, you know, you get them on a good road game. I think that their offense is just better than people think. I still think that they're not a good team in 2022 to win games. But as far as the offense goes, there's something there. So if you haven't stacked Orioles yet in the bunt too, no better chance to try that.
Yeah, and so just getting back to that zero pitcher question, or the pitcher till the 10th. So I like right now in the draft, and even before, I think it's perfectly viable. I think if you know the guys you're taking, for me, it's a mix of innings eaters. I like the old inning eaters. My apologies. Apparently that's a tongue twister. I like them because I feel like they're not going to have a short leash. They're going to get they're going to get all the throw. There's going to be, they're going to get everything they possibly can. They don't care. They're not going to hold them back. So I'm fine with that. And I'm also fine with like taking a mix of the upside guys in there. My biggest proponent is Patrick Sandoval. I like a lot of, I've been looking lately. It's a lot of John Gray, a lot of other guys, but like, I think it's extremely viable.
I mean, do we just like make this the most predictable draft ever? Low key.
So that's my thing. Austin,
you think he's overpriced.
Dansby Swanson is projected for literally about 20 points less than Austin Riley, and he's going at 70 points less. So it's
I'm going to say Urias or Gausman.
Yeah, you pick.
I'm going to do Urias. Urias.
I have none, so that's why I have very little. I have very little Urias.
I don't like taking. I mean, not to get into him, but I don't take him a lot. But he eats innings, and he's a good pitcher. I mean, he's just super consistent, and a lot of smart guys also like him. The guys over at Pitcher List. If anybody watching this keeps up with their stuff, really good stuff over on Pitcher List. They're big fans of Urias over there, so that's why they're the only reason I've been taking him is because they trust him. So real quick, I want to say one, I totally agree with your opinion on the veteran pitchers. Totally think that with the way that there's like 4 or 5 teams that are really going for it, and these old like you said, if these guys can pitch, you said this the last time, they're going to be like, just go pitch. And I totally agree. I think that's why I feel a lot more confident taking these veteran guys because, you know, anybody can get hurt at any time. But if these guys are healthy, like they're going to throw. They're going to and these guys can still be effective. It's hard to hit a baseball.
Yeah. I'm just sorry. I'm laughing because I'm wondering, did we just cause an Austin Riley fall? Like, did I just simply say, hey, but this letting you know
have that influence?
Like, and all of a sudden now he's just like, I'm not going to click him. It's like,
do we really carry that influence?
I don't know.
Wow.
But I'm just seeing all of these. I'm just seeing him sit there, and but that's funny.
So,
but no, I agree. All your points is exactly why
we're in lockstep on that for sure. So. Dark Sheep said that Santander is his most on Oriole, and I see a lot of other people.
I have a lot of people for the Bat X that likes him.
Yep. The Bat X likes him? Okay, let me. The Bat X has him as like 100 WRC plus. I mean, they have him for 24 homers.
I've been just I have the RC, like I have that in my column. I've just been trying to go straight off of his what do they project in the scoring system. That's what I've been trying to do because I agree with you. He doesn't like over
as far as a baseball player goes. Yeah, he's there we go. I think that was autoed, but
he's 154th overall and 132nd in the batter rank, and he's going in the 208. So that's why I like him there. But
all right.
My most owned guy in this area is Lindor. I have a lot of friends.
Really?
So much Lindor. Yeah.
I can't. I don't know that I can stomach that.
But if you want to do Gausman, I like Gausman here.
Okay, let's do Gausman, and then I've got a guy that I like here as well, but he's definitely not going to make it back because he's an outfielder. I think Franmil. You look at Franmil, right? Yep. And and I think a lot of people do analysis like this, and they look at his, because I'm guilty of it, where they look and there goes Eric. Thanks, Eric. Now I can't click on it. Franmil hit 34 home runs last year, and scored 1,100 points. All of that last season, and he missed like 50 some games. He's projected for like 40 bombs. I just think that he's like, I think he's being a little underdrafted, especially like around Randy Rosarina. Like, I think people are
so high.
I don't have a lot of
fade of. If you want to go. I mean, if you guys really want to go deep dive on someone's like batted ball,
do it.
Oh my goodness, you are gonna puke when you look at Randy Rosarina.
It's not pretty. There's a reason it's projected as 108 here. I mean, it's not a high.
He overperformed so high because of his outlier like sprint speed and because he's just a crazy athlete. He could do that,
which can be sustainable. Right.
It can be, but like his like underlying numbers are gross, and it's something I have just been like, you know what, I'm fine with just other people agree. And it's kind of, I mean, at first I was kind of off him, at least at that ADP, I was very off him. So like, and then he's continued to like rise a little bit.
Bro, he flirts with a 30% K rate, and it's very hard to I mean, I know that there's a lot of guys that do that. I just think he's an easy fade, not to say that like he's going to burn you if you take him, because we just named a lot of reasons why he's good, because he's a freak athlete. But I think a lot of people hang on to like his playoff heroics, and I think they kind of still think about how he went nuts in the playoffs as a rookie, and they still hang on to that. And it's just that's just the way a lot of sports discourse goes. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to trust my logic here and avoid him. And there he goes.
He's not that young. Like he was old for a rookie.
He's 27 now. Yeah.
So he's not that. He's not like he's like getting into himself or like a young guy. I don't know.
Yeah, but 27 is not a bad age, man. That's a lot of people's prime.
No, it's not. I should just say it's not like he was a rookie 2 years ago. So it's not like he's only 23 or 24 and he was a young. So I should say, but
yeah, very true, very true. So just a risky, just a very risky profile. Comment. And he's just not the type of guy that I take a lot in these. I mean, so not for me. Not for me.
It's just the people in the range. It's all just the people. Like it all comes down to where you're 80. Like if he's like, I have got some of them. I do. I have like 4 or 5 in Tampa stacks. Like I wanted to get a couple Tampas. Like I'm like, or that's just kind of how it. Yeah. They project well, so
they do. I mean, it's easy to grab them, and they got some like heavy hitters. As far as if the stars align for a Rosarina, then you get him, and then you can get a Rosarina, Meadows, Lowe, and Franco. I've done it, and it's fun. Yep. It's different. Yep. I don't normally get all of them, but when you do, it's kind of cool.
Exactly. I like to try. That's exactly how I've been trying to do it. Is when I've been getting these guys that I don't have much as. It's in stacks.
Exactly. So exactly. Yep. Yeah. Bet big. So. 2-2-2 here. Not to like completely like draft based on construction, but I would kind of like to avoid infield here next. But we'll see depending on who's here. So
I like Marcell Ozuna. He's not the greatest projected wise, but like I just think that he's gonna play. He's not suspended anyway. So for Atlanta. Yeah. So I mean, if we wanted to do that, otherwise. I have no idea.
Yeah, otherwise we wanted to. Otherwise, there's a couple good infielders left, but
Brandon Lowe. I like Brandon Lowe.
Right, so do I. We'll go Ozuna because I want stack equity on the stream is great content, and we might as well because if he does revert back to his like good form because he was not good last year, then things can really be exciting for this team that we got cooking here, and we got 2 nice pitchers as well. So I mean, It's a nice little team we got cooking here. I'm a fan.
It's something I like to do and it's normally I have some of these 5-6 player stacks, and it's only been from Atlanta, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Phillies. So it's literally only been from the top projected stacks. I'm like, let me just bet on them. So if that's what they're projecting, like it's crazy, especially the Dodgers, who have just far and away one of the they're only team over like 11,000 total points, which is not much. It's just projections, but when I'm relying off it, it's
If you look at you can look at their lineup and be like, oh yeah, this team's gonna absolutely mash. All right, so we got 2 picks left here. Crypto, I think, is auto drafting, which is a little sad because he's gonna get low at a not a huge discount, but one that he's not even here to.
So what do you think to
click himself pick? For? But let's just. Yeah, good call. I'm not. Oh, okay, he's not auto drafting. I thought he was. Jonathan India, like I am out on. I like and I'm way out on Castillo, especially since he's opening up on the IL. I know we said that's no big deal, but I'm just out on Castillo to begin with. And I feel like his ADP has risen since we last spoke to one another. There goes Fried.
So we do get liked low Fried. If we want to pull the trigger on low.
Dude, I kind of do.
It's either low or a guy rated higher than him is I would go me. You know, I'm the biggest Ketel Martes fan.
I love Ketel.
But yeah, I have him rated higher, and in my own ranks, I like Ketel more. So
yeah, let's do it. Let's take Ketel. Low ran really hot last year. Also, I mean, it's okay to now that we can talk ourselves out of not taking him. But I mean, his last year was super impressive. And I know he's had good pedigree, even all throughout his career. But I mean, it's a pretty high. It's pretty tough to recreate what he did, and I think Marte. I just love Marte. I love Ketel Marte.
Yeah, I think it could be in the discussion for one of the most the most underrated player in the MLB.
Especially as far as like real baseball goes. Yeah,
like real baseball too.
And his like defensive value, definitely.
And I just think people think, and this is a quote straight off somewhere else. I forgot where I got it, so this isn't mine. But like I thought it too, and when I first saw him, so like I thought Ketel Marte was like when I heard it, when I saw him, I'm like, this dude is like, he's gonna be a Jose Altuve. Like he's a little small guy. He is not. He is jacked. Like he's
big boy.
Like he is jacked. So he's not. And I was just like, okay, like that was something I had no idea of like 2 years ago. So
yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. So
yeah, I have a lot. And this is going to be old exposure on mine, but I have he's in my top 5 for most exposed pitchers. Not overexposed,
so far I've got him at 17.8, which is high for anybody and high for me as well in the dinger. But I've still got like half my dinger slow drafts like still cooking, man. Like I've got a lot. So we'll see how everything shapes out once I'm finally done drafting all these dingers. But I might have to get a pick in one of my slow drafts because Underdog rugged us, and now all the slow drafts that you were in are now in an hour.
Mine.
Yeah, I mean, feel free. I can. I can.
Oh yeah, we got 2 under 10 minutes.
Yeah,
2 under 10
minutes. Go ahead and take your draft. Take those picks. But yeah, so if you're in slow drafts, I know you feel my pain. I've been on edge all day. I'm working, and then like 20 minutes later, I got to take a break because I've got like 10 more drafts that are about to expire on me. I thought I had way more time. It's fine. We'll get these all over with and over and done with.
One thing that's been hilarious in these slow drafts is I've just been checking to see so far the highest Hunter Green has been picked since his now in the rotation spot. 14th round.
Wow.
14th round Hunter Green. I was like, oh my gosh!
I took him in the 20th a couple times, but I have
a couple 20-round shares. I'm only gonna try and work them in the 20 round. I'm like, I just don't know. Like maybe 19th if it's like the border pick, but like I was like 14th, huh? That's rich.
Yeah, these last week of bunts are gonna be fun to see. Just all these like risers out of nowhere, like a la. We get late season football news.
Someone breaks their wrist and moves out of the first round.
None of my guys.
Please,
nope.
Yeah, okay, we'll knock on wood right there, but please no.
But my dog's here. I don't want to scare him like last time. Bime 4, read your article. Great pick with Verdugo. I think he's not super underrated, but definitely underrated as far as outfielders go in this format. So anybody you see here, I've got a name. What about you?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I like McClanahan.
I like it. Yep, I have a lot of Shane O'Mac, baby. Let's go.
WWF
I'm big
fan.
on him.
Yeah, same here. And I love that he's getting the opening day start. I'm a sucker for that. I'll give you a couple pick boosts for that. Sure.
Yeah.
I think as far as Tampa Bay goes, he's probably the most likeliest to lead them in innings, in my opinion.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Of all the Tampa Bay pitchers, I like him the most for sure. Except, I do love me some Tyler Glass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I had to. But no, for sure love Shane O'Mac the most. One thing I wanted to ask now that we're talking about Tampa Bay pitchers, Shane Baz has fell.
Yeah.
Like almost undrafted in some drafts. In some of my slow drafts, he's in 20th, 19th round. I'm like, okay, I'll pull the trigger because he's not out. He's not out for the entire season. He's not out for months at a time. Am I crazy? I've looked this up.
No.
So in the 20th round, a guy that was going literally in the 13th at one point consistently.
Yeah, it's scary just because
it
was loose bodies, whatever
in
type
his
of
ankle.
bodies
That's
they
in
were.
his ankle though. That was his ankle injury.
Are you sure? Because it says
that's
elbow on RotoWire. It says elbow.
I think I'm talking about Glasnow then. It was Glasnow's ankle. So yeah, you're right. He did have it.
So yeah, but the thing is like if you were like, I'll take Boz if I'm taking like 9 pitchers. So hold on, let's hold that thought. We are on the clock here. We got an even 3-3-3 start, I believe. Yes, we do. We took Kelenic last time. I'm going to pass on that. I like Trevor Rogers here. Anybody that you want to like reach on? Or hello, should we? I think we should do it. Yeah, it's time. I knew we were getting close. I knew we were getting close. It's hard whenever you're streaming.
My main like that. Point of this whole stack is, and it could be wrong. Like Austin Riley is a great player, but for projection wise, like the 70 pick discount on Dansby Swanson now, like, and you just don't, and you can fill up something else like we did, like we didn't, like we did it, whatever. But like for projection wise, Dansby Swanson's right there. He's right there in points per game as well. Like I think we were talking, who put it in the Discord last night. It was all, it's all like projection off volume for him.
Yes. Yeah. So, I think it was baseball.
Yep. So like but he's going to get it. Like he's solidified in the starting spot. Like he's played consistent. Like I don't know the amount of times he's been injured. Like it's not much. I don't think he's in there a lot. So that's what I like about him. Yeah. Especially at the 120 pick. Like I just think he's crazy undervalued.
Yeah. He played 160 last year, all 2020. And then 127, 136, and 144 in the years prior, but he was also like struggling. So they probably sat him a lot.
He was not the hitter he was. Yep.
Yeah. He really, he eclipsed his season or his career best in home runs last year by 10. Yep. So pretty impressive. But when you look at the cast around him, the counting stats,
and that's why I like
be there, even if he's just like sleepwalking at the plate.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like he's going to have, and with the spot that he's going to have, I think he might be leadoff. Like at one point I saw he was getting leadoff duties in spring training. So
wow, that would definitely be even more enticing.
Let me just check something there because I swear he was leading off.
After last draft we did together, I've been taking him a lot more in my slows. I've been like finding them and taking them because I'm like, all the logic checks out, and I was underweight, so I had to correct that real quick. If he hits at the top, that's impressive. So let's see here. Nobo Sox has mentioned that he's got a few shares of Noah. I love taking a Noah. If you watch a Noah pitch, he's just one of those like electric young guys that like he kind of wows you a little bit. At least for me, when you see him when he's like on, that dude is on. And I had to shy away from taking him as much as I was in the 20th, but he's a free pick. If you haven't taken any Noah yet, I would recommend adding him into some of your teams because he's free.
I believe I have some. Yeah, he's going in he's in all of
truly free. Like
all of my slow drafts, he's barely being drafted. I believe.
Yeah, he's a guy that I like to mix in just because, like I said, I love his stuff. And if you watch him pitch, dude can absolutely throw the pill. Let's talk about Conforto for a second, man.
Ooh. Gosh,
I'm scared of him right now, and I've got a healthy amount of Conforto.
I got a lot of them. Yep.
And I kind of believe Boris that he got hurt.
No, I'm assuming that's all we have to go on. That's the only thing that was reported. So
that's all we got. That's all we got. Yeah.
It's like I get that he was injured. From what I previously just stated, like if he's going to miss the beginning of the season, and people are again scared of him, I don't care. Like I've already been taking him with the uncertainty, like the fact that now we at least know why the uncertainty is right. At least for me, that adds a little comfort. Okay. Weirdly enough, I know he's injured.
Maybe I'll try to feel
recovering
too now.
But it's just at least knowing that he's not just no one wants him. That's better than knowing that he's unwanted. But let's see here. So
we got not a lot of time here. Should we take Valdez for the Discord?
You go ahead.
You guys love Fromber.
Yeah.
Well, just because we don't got a lot of time here, you guys love Fromber. I'm not quite as high as Fromber as you guys are. I think he's a very fine pitcher, and I think his ADP is fine. But I'm not like hurrah for that guy. But I think he's good.
Yeah, I like all of my exposures when especially a guy didn't have an ADP at one point, I've reeled it back because I'm like, okay, like I've gotten so much at 20th round, 19th round, slowly moved up, but it's like he projects for so well that I still find myself taking him there for sure. Like I do have quite a bit if I were to go.
Yeah. Did you got a lot of him like super, super late, like even later than like the
for Framber, I have 7 shares and I'm pretty sure they were all within the 20th round.
It would be cool to see like that your average cost, like a la the stock market.
So I have that. It's not like no Bo Sox or baseball does in the Discord, but it's close. I love that. I have it. And for right now, all of them are averaging out to like 208 ADP. So basic like 208 because I think I got like I said, I got a couple early shares. So mainly I was getting them free for Amber.
Wow.
It was just free in the 20th.
Good for you. That's
like
close.
In the first drafts, I'll post the first draft and if anyone's interested just to see the crazy ADP, I'll post the first draft that was ever done for the Dinger, like the first one. And you can see the craziness. And yeah, that's something that I'm pumped about is the tool that Eric and the guys got working on over there is to be able to show your average ADP. And I think it's something else that they're working on too with maybe I'm going way off, but also with the slows, they're trying to do something incorporating that as well. So we have time with our pick here. What are you thinking? I'm thinking outfield.
Yeah, so am I. And
if you want my pick, it's Akil Baddoo.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't get a lot of him in the Dinger, so I would like to take him here. And you can easily stack him if you still need Tigers late. So and I got some things in mind. So
well, you could with Riley Green. I love my Akil Baddoo and Riley Green free was my thing, and now all of a sudden Riley Green is hype, and now he's going in the 18th, 17th.
Goodness. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that didn't like happen sooner. But it didn't, and here we are. And now you'll see him like you said, up into the in the mid-teens now. But I don't think we'll see that here necessarily. Let's take a look at the draft.
Just to comment, I think Jay Werner said about Shane Bobs. I agree. Like he with Shane Bobs, he might miss the entire regular season with that. Like we have no idea. But my point was if he's going in the 19th and 20th. I'm willing to pull the trigger on him there when a guy that was going in the 13th, 14th, like I just think his ceiling, if he does come back and perform, is better than is higher than anyone else in that like 19th, 20th round for pitchers. So that was my point with Boz, but I agree. I have not been taking him at all at his current ADP. So yeah,
it's a bit tough for sure.
Looks like you have to make a little slow pack.
Yeah, did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah, I think I just made that pick off screen.
Right on.
Yeah,
congrats. Under pressure too.
Actually, I got a couple more to make here. So
go ahead. I'll fill some screens. So, if anyone's joining, by the way, right now, which is, we just have a nice we'll get to see the slow draft going.
Yeah. I'll pull it up.
Pull them up, huh?
All right, so here's one I got going right now. 2-1-3 with Franmo. No stacks going yet. Let's see here.
I'm okay with unstacking, to be honest with you. Like
I don't chase it right.
I don't chase. Yeah, I don't.
A lot of pitchers
chase my stacks because like I'm thinking like I don't know. I just want to say I don't know. We don't know what the proper term is. So that's why again I'm just mixing up my exposures. But again, I'm okay with unstacking.
Yeah. Oh, that's a double tap. I didn't even realize. I'm going to come back to that because it's a blessing now when I see that I'm on the clock for anything more than 10 minutes. So I'm going to just let that marinate for a minute. I got a bunt that I'm 10 minutes on the clock for, and Socrates is taking his sweet time. So I thank him for that. Let's see here. So here's a bunt team. Another DeGrom. I promise he's not high exposed for me. Flaherty was an auto pick. I had a bachelor party this last weekend. So I got a lot of Flaherty in my slow drafts because I auto drafted. I wasn't able to make those picks. So here's a San Diego stack going on here. Pretty interesting. I'm probably good on hitters. I mean, when I see a 5, 6, 4, I'm probably good, even with DeGrom and Burns.
There you go. You like that 9 pitcher coming now. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like right now it's like, okay, I made my bets. All the outfielders that are left are pretty gross. I mean, like I'm not psyched about. I mean, if I had a Cleveland guy here, maybe I would take Straw, and I don't really care about Austin Hayes. And I could take another infielder here, which I may do, but I'll probably wait. I can take anybody I want later.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Bunts.
I like that a lot. It's similar to a lot of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to kind of get a peek behind the curtain here. I think. Yeah. I mean, I at this point I'm not even mixing up exposures. I have just guys that I like. So I'm gonna take Montgomery there. I think that he is in line. Yeah. Since Severino, unfortunately, our boy, good call. Severino is with a sore arm, so it just gives Montgomery more reason to eat innings.
Yeah.
Hey man. I mean, do we take the Conforto discount? What do you think? There's more here, or do you want to do like Anderson? What do you think in here? We got 5 seconds.
Do it.
All right, he's going to auto draft. All right.
I think I mean, again, it's scary, but like if I'll take 30 picks, it's 30 pick, right? Yeah, because he was
like 20, like 24.
28, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so one thing I just thought of that I wanted to if anyone is Nez calls me the 9 pitcher guy. I will. My strategy is a little bit like that. So if anyone's here is kind of doing drafts for the first time, I will just kind of say my overall thing is I like exactly the way Nez had that team. I don't know what it is, but I like having an ace in the first couple rounds. Mm-hmm. I've mixed it in, but I just feel comfortable with having an ace in the first couple rounds because you could still get, if you can manipulate the draft and get the players that you want later on.
Yeah.
And then you still get quantity at pitcher. I just think so many people aren't going to be doing that if it just turns out where their pitchers just aren't getting them points, and I have an ace and then even just 5 healthy people, but they only have 3, I think immediately I have just a stronger upper edge because of what pitching points per game will get you. And if I have a 2-start week, so I'm a big proponent on 9-start, and I've in these bunt 2s, I've just been nailing 9 pitcher.
All right, so we're back on the clock here. Let's take a look at our construction real quick. We got 5, 4, 4, 5 here.
I think we do a little. Well, okay, so we either do Mancini to complete the stat, or we go Wainwright. That's my only other thing to snipe by him for, and I love Wainwright.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go Mancini.
Because but Wainwright is, I will say, Wainwright is one of my. There he goes. Yeah, he's one of my highest drafted guys because he showed he can still do it. Like he's getting the opening day nod. Like the Cardinals are still going to be a team that competes. Like they're not going to, again, I'll say you're going to hear it again. You're going to be like, shut this guy up. Seriously. They're not going to baby these guys that are old. No. They just don't care. Like if he gets hurt and he's done for the season, he's most likely done for his career. He's like 30. Like Wayno's at what? Like 30?
40.
Yeah. All these guys are talking
40.
about, like the Verlanders, the Waynos, the Kershaws. Like I love them all because they're just going to pitch.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I take a good bit of Wayno as well. Wayno's last season. Imagine fading.
It's with Poole. I mean, Pujols is back. Like it's just everything is coming together. That it's Wayno.
That's so great. That's great.
Yeah, that's something we needed to. We'll need to ask Bime for when he gets on a stream with us. Is ask him how he feels about Pujols really coming back for a guy that's just like
I'll tell you,
fan perspective. I want to know that because like for me, it's awesome. I love it. But
yeah, I mean, like obviously, he can still hit. Is the thing he can still hit lefties? Is what I should say.
Yeah, they're going to give him all the opportunity.
Lefties. Yeah, I mean, with the universal DH, when they're facing a lefty, you put in Pujols, and like you have to worry about him still. So
what if Pujols is the guy that we need?
Dude,
what if this is Pujols' year? Just
what you need to
30 home runs, unreal. What had just happened with Albert Pujols? Like, I'm happy with what if guys, I get it. 30 home runs. I'm joking. But like I'm just saying, what if all of a sudden it's like we look back on this season and it's like Albert Pujols was the guy that we needed, you guys. We were doing it all wrong. That would just I'm just happy.
Oh my
for him.
God.
I'm glad he's back.
Your next homework assignment from me is check out the Pujols playoff schedule. See how many lefties are in that team's rotation, and if he's got a chance to face a couple, we might have to start with some Galaxy Brain Pujols Cardinal stacks.
Mm-hmm. That would be. I love it. I love it. I'm glad he's back. It was cool to see him and Yachty and all them. So.
Yeah.
It was like a childhood for me. That's why I like it. It was just it's nostalgic.
They just mashed my Pirates, so it's whatever. Pujols is fine. It's whatever. I'm over it.
I forgot that you had a little bit of a 20th round Pujols for the way. Again, that is what I'm scared of. What if that's the skeleton key we all needed is just you want to know how to win? Yeah.
All right. So,
oh my God, he did it in both drafts. Bimeforce taking
Sandoval from us.
Oh God.
I'm kind of thinking we could go Hayes. I like not my Hayes, but Austin Hayes.
I like Austin Hayes to do the stack, and then at that point, it's like, do we even care about like? I mean, if we go 9 pitcher,
I might turn off all the buttons. Yeah, other than
exactly. Yeah, it's like pitcher. The only thing I would take there is. Can't even think. Oh well, I know what infielders. I
would maybe take a 7th outfielder, but that's and go 8-5-7 But as far as infield goes,
infielders again,
yeah, I'm done on infielders. Like yeah, I mean these are really solid players right here. We've made our bets. All right, let's take a look here. So Bimeforce went crazy on purple here late. Let's see how some other friends of the show are doing. Dark Sheep here went. He took his 3 Yankees. Went Freddie. 3 pitchers here with Soler, Manet. A lot of names that I take a lot of. And maybe I just look at the whole board and be like, I take a lot of these guys because I draft a lot. But Benintendi, that's a guy that the Discord is very high on. I know for sure as well.
I will be honest. Again, Benintendi is my highest exposed player in the entire of all of them combined in separate tournaments. He's number 1 on all of them.
Wow.
It's just he projects fantastic.
That is a bet.
Fantastic. And I like him a lot. So
yeah, I mean, hey, if you call your shots, man, I mean, if you got your guy, you got your guy. And the KC Royals are another team that has easy to stack. Yep, and can put up some runs. So
he's 86 overall in my Bat X rankings, and
it's just the scarcity of outfield. You got to give that guy some rise.
And to relate back to my early drafts, he was legitimately going in the 180s constantly.
Yeah.
So I moved up his ADP for everyone, but what is his ADP right now? Do we have?
I'll pull it up after this.
Yeah, it's not
here.
a big. Oh yeah, we have this pick. So,
who's
your favorite pitcher out of these options?
Your boy, Joe.
Thank you,
Joe Ryan.
Yeah. You just go ahead. Yeah.
Opening day starter, Joe Ryan. Let's take that guy. Absolutely.
Although, should I be excited about that? My opening day starter is Joe Ryan.
Yes, sure. Sure. You saved him from the Rays. Otherwise, he would have been pitching 4 innings for the rest of his career.
Now he gets
to play real baseball.
That's facts. Like, I thought it was going to be Sonny Gray, but I thought it was fine with Joe Ryan. I'm totally fine with Joe Ryan.
It intrigued me because even like Bailey Ober, guy that's he came up through the system, right? So I was actually pretty shocked that he was the guy. Sorry, I'm playing with my light here. I got a new desk light. I'm trying to figure out the best way to hook it up so that way I'm not now I'm black. Oh God. Okay.
Well, it's a nice view of PNC Park there, so don't mind that.
Who was the shadow monster over at PNC?
I had something totally on my head. It's probably
it's
probably what to do with Benintendi, but my app. So his ADP right now is 138. This is updated. Is 138, and my average ADP is 16. No, that's the run above him. Sorry, my file's so screwed. It's just moving really slow right now. 158 for him. So it's about 20 picks. It's about 20 picks, which is I like. That's why I've just slowly stopped taking these guys. So it's just like I've gotten so much of them at lower price, but
yeah.
The Royals will make the playoffs. You know, a lot of teams could make the playoffs. Like,
I liked the Royals last year over their win total, and I think they just. I
like the Tigers more than the Royals personally. Like, I think it's I think it's White Sox, and then my bias, Twins. Although, I mean, who else? I mean, it's just I don't know. Maybe in someone else, but I think it's White Sox, Twins, and then it's a fight between Cleveland and the White Sox, Twins, Tigers, and then it's a fight between Cleveland and the Royals to see who's the worst. I know Cleveland has good players, but like their payroll, I don't know if you've like seen or heard that, but like their payroll right now is like less than $50 million.
Yeah, it's
like their total payroll level. It's terrible.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up right now. So for the Guardians, we're up in 4 picks, no big deal.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably
it doesn't have 22s, but this was last year's their opening day.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it looks like the Pirates, and if you look like the Pirates, it's not good. So
yeah, but
should not be spending money.
But that's that's how I see it, and like I do agree. Like the Royals, I mean, a lot of teams have a chance to make the playoffs, and like if you make it, what really happens? Because I don't even know. Dude, like. I've been doing so much content and getting ready that once we like the lockout was ended, I'm like, okay, playoffs, cool. I'll figure that out later in the season, like what the schedule is gonna be. So I don't even know like how that breaks down. Someone in the chat could probably tell me. I have no idea personally off the top of my head who plays who and what does what. Is it a pick 'em still? Does the top seed still get to pick who they want to play? Because wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, I don't think it's a pick 'em now. I think that was something that's proposed. So how it goes, that's a guy that I like to take here.
John Means is I love John Means.
All right, I don't get a lot of him.
It's very like when I say like I like it because legitimately like his home runs that he gave up is like the park affects him differently than it does Mountcastle in a positive way, a very positive way. But he plays in. He plays where he has the Rogers Center, and then he has Fenway, and then he has Yankee Stadium. So it's like it's not like it. He has a lot of other teams in the division that he could likely play that aren't great. But his is now like a neutral. It's almost more pitcher friendly that park. So like it's beneficial to him.
Yeah. So you can definitely be thankful that he gets that upgrade for sure. And he has a no hitter in his bag from last year. I mean, who didn't throw a no hitter last year? But
yeah, I think Eric said it best. Are you slandering? Or it's like, don't slander All-Star John Means. And I was just like, exactly. Like the man was an All-Star. No, I get a lot of people are All-Stars and are nothing later on. But yeah, I like John Means a lot. I do. Just take Nick Pivetta and call it a day. I will, but actually, you're not in our draft, Dusty. So Dusty in the chat goes, just take Nick Pivetta and call it a day. He's dropped in ADP.
Which is like shocking to me because that dude is guaranteed innings.
Yeah, he's added a 4th pitch or something like that.
If you have followed like fantasy baseball, he has been like the pick to click for years, and like for the Phillies, everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at his peripherals!" Like Nick Pivetta is the guy, and then then he left the Phillies, and then he went to Boston, which everyone's like, "Oh, like what's he gonna do with Boston?" And then the dude actually showed up and was good, which is cool. With all that said, did he actually? Okay, he didn't go yet, but he might. I don't think him a lot, but he's free. But he's free. He's legitimately free. We say that sometimes, but he actually is. So Alex Wood goes. I like Alex Wood. I have trouble taking him sometimes, but I love them on the Dodgers. But okay,
I like him. I like him on the. I think it's Hobbs in our Discord.
Yeah,
he loves the Giants. I think he's a Giants fan, which is fair. And like I agree. Like their pitch when what am I trying to say? When pitchers go to, I think it was the Rays and the Dodgers and even the
we're on the clock, and I kind of want to go 7 outfielders because I would like to get some Acuna insurance. I know we shouldn't be drafting scared, but we have an extra flex spot as well, and taking 12 hitters, I don't think is a bad idea.
No.
And now we get that stack that I'm telling you, I don't think a lot of people are chasing. And now we don't have to
Yeah.
take anybody else unless you want to. Who else can we grossly take? You want to take Rougned Odor? I didn't even know he was on the O's.
I kind of want to just log off the stream for you even showing me his name. No, I'm just kidding. Like that's the gross. If anyone takes Rougned Odor, I will. How hideous was he like when he had to shave? Oh, that was so funny.
Funny enough, he actually had some good games for the Yankees. Of course, all he needed was a little league park to hit in. That's all. So we can absolutely turn off the orange button. I like the infielders we got, so we can officially crank purple a la Crack Rock for the rest of the draft. And we got 2 more pitchers to go.
That was, the fact that his stance was Woods over Cup is just. That's hilarious.
I didn't disagree with him at the time. I did not. I loved Robbie Woods
it's not like it's looking back now. It's like, oh gosh, yeah. But no, I was taking Woods or Cup over Woods at that time. Not that we're gonna get into an NFL talk, but yeah, that brings back cranking purple. That's a good one. I like that a lot. That was a great quote.
Yeah, I mean he's an iconic dude, man. That dude is just so freaking funny, so hilarious. Must see every time. And here's our boy Hunter Green sticking around here. Let's see who if he gets taken. He flew up in ADP. That must be fast draft. I'm telling you, I don't know if you noticed this. I'm pretty sure Underdog is updating these ADPs after every draft.
Yeah, I don't know what I used to in my sheet. Every morning I had a ritual. I get up awesome. And I would update the ADP. It would update my overall rankings versus the batter rank just to see how they were doing. I have I have 5 columns to show their last ADPs to show if they're going up or down just to see it. And I'm after every draft, I'm like, dude, this guy was not that ADP 4 hours ago. I'm like, what is going on right now? So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I noticed it too. Midday, I was just like, what the hell? Something changed here. I know for a fact something changed, and I think that's why we see injured guys stay afloat because they get auto drafted in the fast, and then it keeps their ADP inflated, which is awesome.
I don't know if you saw the comment there, almost kicked Nez off for the stream for doing Woods greater than Cup.
Bro, listen, hindsight's 2020. If you thought Cooper Kupp was gonna go nuclear last year, show me the receipts. Show me the receipts.
I guess Felix can. He wasn't all in, but he was Tony Felix, whatever. Yeah, he goes by Felix. Yeah. Okay. But he had his stands. He was Lenny. He was Lenny Cup, and he loved it. So
that's why I didn't make any money football season.
Dude, that's the DFS was just the worst. I was just to play. Don't even get me started with that. The only money I actually won was the Underdog daily contest. So
yeah, I should say I wasn't a complete loss football season. I'll go ahead and bust out the old championship ring. I don't know if you can see that, but
there you go.
There you go.
You win the mittens returns. Did you win the playoff contest?
I won the mittens returns again.
Right on.
So even the smaller version, but hey, I'll take it.
Dude, you won it, dude. I know we got a winner in here too. Shout out Dusty. He was winner of the nice. I think it was one of the puppies. So yeah, he shipped 100K. Man. So
we'll take that.
That's the winner circle all around in here. So yeah, I think
I like Pavetta or Cutie. Yeah, we'll do Pavetta. We were talking about him. Now for this last pick, man, there's 50 different pitchers we can take.
Dude, that's what I was saying.
Name some guys and we'll just queue them up.
That we could talk about the options for last pick, and it could probably end up being the entire stream for just pitcher wise. It's that. That's where I think if you're new and you're doing drafts, even if you're not new, I think you really have to That's where I've been talking with people in the Discord for weeks back. It's I've just been trying to pick people that I don't think are even ever going to move up. I just think they're very undervalued. I mean, maybe if they moved up a little bit, but right now is where you can just differentiate. There's so many people.
This is free game for everybody. If you want to know who's free and who you can take that can do well for you, there's a mix of safe and high ceiling guys. As far as high ceiling goes, I would say Mitch Keller. I mean, he is the most variable player in the pool. I mean, God knows what he's gonna do. Brash has been climbing up because he looks good in spring training, and he might end up winning a rotation spot. I mean, Mackenzie Gore, I don't know how many innings he'll get this year, and he's got the yips as well. So if there's somebody else, I mean, even Luis Gil, I have a couple of him, but let me know your thoughts based on what we got on the screen here. We even got Patino and Miguel too.
My thoughts here, honestly, it's the same people. You go here, and I'll tell you my thoughts after.
All right.
So
we're just for my sake, we're gonna take Mitch Keller, and we're gonna be the people that called the Mitch Keller resurgence year.
I have Mitch Keller, and I have about 10 shares of him so far, and it's all been 20th round, and I like it.
It should not be any sooner than the 20th.
No. Same thing with, I think, Hunter Green, which is now going in the 13th and earlier. But I just don't think Hunter Green is maybe different, but I just don't think he should be going that high. But anyway.
Yeah, I see Nobo was talking about the bubble. I was in on the bubble as well. Those teams, if you can see the construction of those teams, man, oh my God, they were disgusting. Yo, there's Anthony. Okay, what's up, Anthony?
So I think, I don't know if I mean, we're on. I don't know what you got going on, but I mean, if you wanted to do another bunt, I know we got a lot of people in here that are probably wanting to do a draft.
Get a little roll call going. I'm down for another. I got a couple slows I need to draft for. So.
Oh yeah, you take care of those while we're finishing up. We can check this out but yeah, if anyone wants to, we're probably gonna hop in another bunt here. We got a lot of demand. That one filled, so I mean, this will probably just be basically a spike week bunt, which would be fantastic. Those are always just great EV.
Yeah, so here we go. This is my total exposures here. We'll just give it a second to cool down. So out of the 145 here, this is like my top right here. So I haven't taken Nimmo a lot lately, but I was hammering him early. And then like outfield, dude, I like most of this is a heavy percentage as far as like ownership goes. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I take a lot of outfielders in my drafts. I mean, I'm not sure what would be considered average ownership, but I feel like it's above average on like a lot of these guys. So that's just the route I've been taking.
The only one, and actually, you know what? I'm so happy to see Michael Brantley that exposed to you, because so many people apparently are just not on him, and he's again just going so late and ending up being one of the guys that are being like in the when I say this undervalued, like there's people that are projecting the 180s, 170s that end up like falling to the 200s at times, and I'm like, why? Like, why is he? I have no idea, and he's projected well. Like he
doesn't have a lot of power and all that. I get that, but like he only played 120 games last year, so I think when you look at his total points scored last year, you kind of see that. But a 123 WRC plus in the Astros lineup, man, I got no problem taking him, and he doesn't cost me a lot. So this is just a slow draft here. I had to do this, man. I got like 5 minutes, and then this is a dinger. I always got to check. I see, and I would have ended up a glass now. So this is close here. Right now I'm looking at an 8.55 true zero pitcher. Manoah was my first pitcher here.
Okay.
I got your boy Joe Ryan. This is a KC stack. So here we go with Trevor Story, Witt, Reese, Salvador with the Phillies stack. Try Phillies with the okay. Good job, AJ. I'm glad I got this on stream. I kind of like how this is going. I think what I'm gonna do here, like there's not a lot of good looking players here. I think I'm gonna take your boy Bailey. Get my 9th pitcher and call it a day at pitcher. This is just this is a hodgepodge, but what we're looking for is, hey, give me a 2-star week. Maybe McClanahan and Manoah have great seasons and elevate, but I mean, it's just that volume and it's everything.
It's a hodgepodge of all of my guys. So I love it. And so you got the endorsement from 9 pitcher himself. So you got it. If you want to register for that next bunt.
Yeah, let's get it done. I'm gonna give it a second here.
Then you can go and do all those. Here, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna mute this. I'm just gonna go grab myself another.
For sure.
Beer.
All right, we got 3 people left. This will be fun. Let's see how quick we can fill this baby up. As far as like my outfield exposures go, you guys saw it. I mean, I just take a lot of outfielders, and that's been the theme of everybody in our Discord. Take outfielders early and take them often. We saw Eagles. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eagles. If not, I don't know how you're not. The dude is in every football draft. He's the man. Super nice guy. Follow him on Twitter. He just shouted us out for helping him out for baseball season. And I mean, if you look at his draft, it looks like the fellas drafts. I mean, he picked up very quickly. He knew that, okay, I got to get my outfielders, and it would be so funny and honestly a little bittersweet if Eagles, who came in with like no knowledge of baseball, like shipped the bunt. I think that would be like hilarious, but also like the greatest endorsement of Spike Week ever.
I think that's something that we should say though, like with the knowledge, not our knowledge, but with the knowledge that is in the Spike Week Discord, like the brains together and all of that they put on Twitter, all the content that goes out there, like with the niche, like it would almost be like, it would be perfect. Like it shows that you don't need to know, like, as much as maybe we don't want that to happen, maybe because it's like, oh, we know baseball so much. Like, you can come in here and if you just follow like simple, like, the rules, the contest, like Eric always says, like, I agree. Like from Eric's podcast days when he was doing them with Siri, like the goal is to win money. Like, I don't care. Like emotional investments, all this stuff. Like if it's going to win me and money, like get me money and make a profit. That's all that matters. So like, that's what people, if they just follow good strategy and like literally and make sure like they're not
construction. Construction is a real edge. It's a real edge. Like not all, like, we say 965, 866. We say these numbers, but they don't honestly mean anything if you're not, you got to draft them appropriately. Like, you can't take a 7-6-7 team on a no pitcher. I would never recommend that. It might work out for you, but I wouldn't recommend that. Who do you want first here? It's on you. So if you don't take it, we're auto drafting Shohei, but I'm letting you take first pick.
Let's do Trout.
I love it. I don't get a lot of Trout.
And he's not. So if you're looking at the rankings on Spike Week, if you're looking if you have him any other rankings, he's not going to be higher than the other guys. I think that it's Mike Trout, and I think there's nothing really that other. I have a Mike Trout jersey. I've had it since literally his rookie season. Like, I'm not like his rookie season. It's just I think he could easily be the number one hitter in baseball again. And then in this format, I think it easily caters to him. So,
real quick, I want to play a game with my jersey, but before I do that, I mentioned, the roster constructions, right? And I mentioned 7-6-7 and 8-6-6, all these things, which obviously refers to pitcher, infield, outfield. And you need to be strategic in how you draft that. You shouldn't draft all your 9-6-5 teams the same. Like, for example, Shane, you said you will take like a hero starting pitcher, take one or two early, and then throw darts at 7 others. You can also do 9-6-5 with zero pitcher, like the one I just showed you guys, where I was drafting a slow draft and Alek Manoah was my number 1. He's risky, but I'm taking 9 pitchers for insurance. Now, when you get to like 8-6-6, you can do 8-6-6s similar to 9-5-6s, 9-6-5s, where you take a couple, 1 or 2 really good starting pitchers, like top 50 ADP wise, and then fill in on the back end after you take your hitters. Or you can do that zero pitcher. Now, when you venture into the 7 pitcher drafts, that is where I would be wary getting too thin at pitcher on those. I think you're really pushing your luck there. But you can maybe go 3, get your 3 workhorses, fill in on the back end, or you can do 2, fill in on the back end. But, you got to understand, I think pitcher kind of dictates a lot of how the rest of the construction goes. And pitcher and outfield, in my opinion, definitely dictate the courses of my draft. So back on the clock, looking at who we got here, I'm a big Walker Buehler fan, and I know that like you don't got a lot of them. What's your thoughts I'll let him.
I would be Pete Alonso, but I like Buehler.
All right, we're gonna go Alonso. No, let's
get some. Okay, because
we're gonna do Alonso. I want to. But I just want to say I like Buehler, and I know that the projections don't love Buehler, and his profile isn't sexy. I mean, his K to innings pitched is a 1-to-1, and you shouldn't just look at this, guys. But if you don't have FanGraph stuff and you're drafting on your phone, it can help to look at last season's results. And when you see the innings pitched to K ratio, it can it's not sexy. It's basically 1-to-1, but Buehler is another guy, like I said on the last stream. I love taking pitchers that I love to watch pitch, and Buehler bullies hitters. Yeah. I mean, another guy with just a monstrous high fastball, really good curve. He's just in total command when he's on the mound. So I hope I didn't ring up his endorsement enough that we can't take him third, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes. So just because I know our pick's coming up here.
Yes.
So for me, what are you thinking here next? And then I'll get into
definitely not Fernando. This is a fake ADP, by the way, guys. His ADP is not 25. It's not. It's like 40. But he's the fast drafts and the auto drafts keep taking him. That is not his ADP.
It honestly shouldn't even be 40. It should be way back. So
it should probably be 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like. Do you want to get a pitcher, or do you want to get another outfielder and kind of go that route?
If I go pitcher, I would say Robbie Ray. If I go outfielder, I would go probably an unstacked Teoscar or
so Teoscar
JD.
Or Ray. I'm down for both Teoscar or Ray.
Let's take Teoscar. Let's go. Let's take a lot of hitters here. Yeah. With the last two drafts we did, I think we took a stud pitcher fairly soonish. So let's try to do one of these quintessential hitter drafts, or you got to let it come to you. You can't predetermine. But when I look at this early, I kind of see that this is gearing up to a 6'5" or 5'6" batter type of lineup.
Yeah, and so when I'm taking guys early, it comes down to obviously quick ADP. You're going to be jammed into what guys go early. So I've taken different guys in different spots in the first round to try and get different constructions very simply. But in terms of just overall roster construction, I do agree with a lot of the points that Nez just said. I like if you're gonna wait on pitcher, then you're gonna most likely go heavy pitcher build 8, 9. If you're gonna
you should
you should. But and if you're gonna and I will say if anyone's new, just to point this out, I think we pointed out last time that there are more mathematically, there are more infielders than there are outfielders. So my early draft strategy was to go basically 0 infield, basically a mix between outfield and pitcher in my first 8 to 10-ish picks, literally just no infield because it was all that. Now it's kind of it's different. The terms of getting into your 0 pitchers and whatnot, it's hard to label. But everything that he said is perfect. If you're gonna go and get a couple aces, then you can now benefit from going with a lesser construction build in pitcher wise. So you can go with maybe 7 or 8 pitchers. You can even, some people like to go 6 to get it's going to be. But one thing that I guess I should say that I've been thinking about is a lot of people are, and it's right. It's probably the correct way to do it. But I've thrown in a couple smaller 7 pitcher builds where I've taken pitchers after the 10th round. Just to see, because there's a lot of pitchers back there that are really nice, that are that if all of a sudden luck stays healthy, or luck happens, they all stay healthy. Yeah. Then my batters are just amazing, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
and the way I would kind of compare it, of course, going back to football, hyperfragile running back. I know that was a very I'm about to trigger the hell out of Eric here. The advance rates weren't high, but that's not really what we care about
now.
He's never having me back on, but that's not what you care about. That's just getting into the dance. We want to win the whole damn thing. But as far as hyperfragile goes, I would rather do it with a batter position than I would with pitcher. But after this, I want to show y'all something. But thoughts here. We just took Mullins.
So what are you thinking? Do you want to get it? I either I like Brian. I like your boy Brian. I think he rises. I think Brian Reynolds I think he's going to get traded, and I think he rises. I do.
I don't think he's going to get traded, to be honest. And that's not even just me saying that. I think that the value he holds, as far as what the public understands, is immense. I mean, the dude is pre-arbitration. He does not up for another a contract renewal until he is 29. So he's not. I mean, he's either getting extended or traded.
Yep.
I don't like to think about him getting traded, but if he does get traded, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. And so I'll touch on we'll finish up just real quick on like the early roster construction. Like I I treat it like I do, and I not like 100% like NFL, but like if I'm not tailored to a certain thing. Like my strategies, I'm not coming in going with a certain strategy. Even after my first 3-4 rounds, I'm not tailored to like, if all of a sudden it's like, I found myself lately taking a couple infield early, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, crap. Now there's the green atop of the board. There's the value. It's like, well, they're way better. And I found myself going over like 5 infield. So it's like, there's constructions that you just see that are better based on the scoring, how the scoring turns out, because batters score way more than pitchers. So like you have to factor that in. But it's like, I always find myself like, I love value. I love when the value drops, and I'll take it, even if it means,
especially late draft season. That's when I start to like actually go for value rather than chase the guys I like. I don't know if we got Wander Franco last time, but I like him. And I also I like Schwarber as well. Any thoughts here? Am I missing anybody?
I like Franco. I do.
Okay. So, let's take them and then see what happens after that.
Because I like we talked about earlier, I like the different stat. And that's another thing when I do draft early, is a lot of times I am focusing on who I can and cannot stack. And a lot of times in the earlier rounds, I mean, you have 3 Dodgers that you're not going to most likely be able to stack up together with themselves, but they give you a great like initial Dodger to start stacking with. Same thing with the Braves, same thing with Bryce Harper. The Angel stack isn't that great. Like the stack itself, you're never going to, no one's ever gotten Ohtani and Trout. If they have, I'd love to see that draft. Oh my gosh. But like, I always factor in what stacks are available. And then I try and and again, this is after drafting 200 plus times. So like, I know the pockets and stuff,
right?
But that's one thing I always do early. It's like, I try and think, who like, and then I'll use my 3rd and 4th. It's like, well, I can maybe do a splitting hairs. Like, well, I can stack this guy up later, so I might take it. So like, that's another thing I like to think about roster construction. You know, it just all comes down to like, who's better stacks. And like, I wrote an article about that, like who are the best rated stacks, and who are the best stacks to stack up. So like, I've been just going off of those ones seem the best, and they're first rounders. A lot of the guys in the stacks are first rounders. So I think, except the Yankees. The Yankees are the only ones without a batter. So, and you can stack them fully, which is awesome. If you like our boy Dark Sheep did.
Yeah. So baseball just said that he doesn't like Meadows. And I agree with him. I think Meadows is a little tough to take here. I think you look at you see he hit 30 home runs and 115 RBI, and you're like, oh yeah, like that's great stuff.
Very easy.
Yeah, exactly. And his WRC plus is probably not as great as people think. At least in the past, it hasn't been. So I don't love taking him, but like we talked about, if I got the Tampa Bay stat going, then I'll throw him in there. Another thing I want to say. So I got my Pirates jersey on. Just a quick detour here. Here's Pirates jersey. I can guarantee you that nobody knows who this player is
on the back.
I guarantee you nobody knows who it is. If I say I don't even know how to like give a proper
hint.
Is
he old or new? Or is he like
No, he's new. He's new-ish. I'll give you a hint. He's number 61. So if anybody in the chat wants to guess who number 61 on the Pirates is,
they're all going to Google right now.
I would say I would give you something, but I got nothing to give except a round of applause on stream. But no, it's not Pedro. I don't even know who that is. I've never even heard of it. But he's played in the last like 5 years. So there's the hint.
61? Is he a big beefy baseball boy?
He was not. He's not in the league. I don't think he's on a team. He's not in the show anymore. I know that much. So.
Oh, you said the show, and if anyone's a gamer, I'm a gamer.
The show, Major League.
I love the show that comes out tonight, so that's why you got me. My
congrats.
Juices tingling. Less than 2 hours, we got the show coming out.
I wish I had a console. I'd be all over that.
Hey, well, if you're PC, you shouldn't be saying
Sorry,
that.
I'm frozen right now. I didn't hear you.
But
it's on PC too.
No. I'm saying if you have a PC, you're not really too bummed. You got a PC over a console. But I mean, yeah, I feel you. You. Certain console specific games, but so okay. Lindor. I know you don't like him. He's in the Bad Axe, dude. He's rated fantastic, and like I have so much Frankie Lindor, dude.
This is why
so much.
It's not a no. That's a good guess, and I'm pretty sure it's number 61.
With Pete too.
I'm gonna feel. Yeah, exactly. We need the stack, and I don't get a lot of them, and that's what these bunts are for. So, yeah, I like that, and we can stack him later.
That's a name I haven't heard for a minute.
That would have been awesome. And it's not O'Neal. I forgot O'Neal Cruz. That was his rookie. No, I'm pretty sure it's 61. I'm feeling it on the back. Okay, it is. I'm making sure I'm not lying.
That's impressive, actually.
So this guy is the first player from not only South Africa, but the continent of Africa to play in the major leagues. So that should narrow it down. I wonder if anybody knows the name without.
Now I have to cheat and just look it up.
Without. Yeah. Let's see.
So what we just did there, I really like. I'm high on Frankie. Specifically for Bad X rankings, specifically for the bounce back season. I'm
going to pull up his fan graphs.
Yeah, it's probably not going to agree with me. It's probably
no. Bad X is on there.
Okay, no, your projections. Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. So here's Bad X. Got him for 112. Ball
data. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And
he's the 35th ranked overall player.
Really?
For Bad X rankings. Yep.
Really?
And I could
in underdog scoring, of course.
Underdog scoring
with their projections. Yep. Okay, interesting.
Yep.
All right, so, we're back up. No pitchers yet for us, and I would say we go with our boy Brandon Lowe here.
Mm-hmm. I like that a lot.
All right,
we skipped him last time, but now's a perfect time to stack him up, and that's exactly why if you're new, or if you're just doing a couple, I mean, if you're just starting out, if you just want to test like it. If you plan on how many you're doing, like if you're going to be doing a couple drafts, like, I mean, just go ahead and take your guys. Like if you know you're going to be doing a lot, you can maybe get exposures different ways. But like I'm on the proponent, like to just, if you have your edge, you think you got this, like you think these guys are going to be better, like just go all in on them. Especially if you're doing a couple, like if you're doing like a few, like throwing in some bunts, but like if you're a degenerate like myself, or like most of the people, like Nez, or most of the people in the Spike Week Discord, like you after one, it's like, well, let me just try a little bit more, and then after a little bit more, it's like, why are we draft filling? It's only 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on, people, like, when are we drafting?
Chop, what's going on?
Yeah, but so that's something I do. I do that's when it's a good to see back-to-back drafts. Like we do get different exposures, but a lot of times it's a mix of the same guys within teams. Like I wonder how many of my 50 teams maybe have like 18 of the 20 guys are the same, and then there's two different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm not tracking that closely. I wish I was, and I wish it was easier than creating a spreadsheet with your own conditionals and all that. I would love to. I do that for like dailies. I will track like all of my like single day contests. Like anytime I'm doing a battle royale, I track those like very, very, very closely to make sure I don't dupe anything. But I'm with you, man.
Sense,
I feel like I have a lot of Reynolds, Mullins, and Robert. Like I get a lot of those guys as like my three outfielders. A lot. So if any of those two guys or three guys, go down, or two at the same time, then I'm significantly dust.
So after I went through and I did the tedious process of naming all of my teams.
Oh yeah,
in my own way that I like to do it, and I like to see what construction I had, and then the first people drafted.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, that's neat. I had to just be like, I had to literally, when I took Juan Soto, I had to make sure I never took Shane Bieber ever again, because I had like I had like 7 Juan Soto with Shane Bieber teams plus 5 of them had George Springer, and I'm like,
oh my gosh,
oh my god,
that'll drive you crazy. That'll drive you crazy.
I'm just like, I am so stupid.
Yeah,
what am I doing?
But
oh my
gosh,
good
players. They're good players.
No, they're good, but I didn't like. I wanted to just at
too.
least not have it be like. But hey, watch. If they're MVP, Cy Young, and who did I just say? Soto and Springer, and comeback player of the year. I like it. So, yeah, I like.
Yeah. So we're sorry. You were froze a little bit. I know you like Morton
or Martin. Yeah, Morton. Yeah, I like that. I like Morton.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sorry. Yeah, I was a little frozen, so we may be like a little bit off. But yeah, I know you're a big Morton guy, so we'll take him first. He's really figured his stuff out, and I think that his game will age pretty well. He's not blowing fastballs by people. That's not his game. So I think
got a sick, nasty curve, dude.
So
Oof.
good. Former Pirate.
We just gotta pray for former Pirate. I feel like everyone is a former Pirate.
They are. Like, they basically are. They basically are.
But I would just pray for not to get hit in the leg and break it, and we'll be set. We'll be good. I say that every time because I had so much Charlie Morton when that happened. It was just broke me. I was just like, and I love Charlie Morton too. Like when he broke his leg, it was just terrifying to see. Like.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
I was a pitcher, so I've had one ball came back that luckily whizzed just over the top of my head. But oh my gosh, it was just terrifying every time they would come back. So just imagine to shatter your leg. I think it was just like not.
Mm-hmm. I was talking
not fun.
I luckily never had that happen to me in my days of pitching, but I've had some close calls as well, and it'll shake you up for like the rest of your outing for sure. I mean,
I will tell you,
as a kid, it did.
Yeah, I have probably, and if maybe you could tell me after we take a pick here, I have one of the craziest stories that I did to myself while in baseball. It was truly not. And before I get into it, and we have to pick here, we'll make sure. Let's see here. Yeah, if Dusty's just gonna quick pick, make us go on the clock. No, I like that. Javier Baez is always sitting there. Never want him.
I never want him.
I would go. So I like Hunter Renfroe.
Same. And I know we talked about it last time.
There's a couple of guys to stack up that are
but we have a lot of batters right now. Low key, I might trump you real quick and just put in Trevor Rogers.
That's fair.
And because the reason I say that, I really want to wait as long as possible for our 5th infielder. We took some strong bets here.
Yep. We could have taken Rowdy Tellez in the 20th. We could have taken Julio Urias in the 20th. We could have taken Cole in the 20th. They're all sitting. I'm just kidding.
They're there. They're there. But
no. Continue. Sorry.
I've played around. Let me just show you one real quick here. I got crazy a couple times in the dinger with some 8-4-8s. Let me show you because it's not quite as crazy as you might think.
How early in the dinger did you do it? Because
I did it like the other day.
Oh,
so
interesting. I'm interested to see.
So here's the pitching, right? Not you can see this, right? Not like pretty good, obviously with DeGrom and Gosman, and then like decent back end guys in my opinion. Here's the infield, the hyper fragile infield. I love Jose and I love Wander, and I think Bregman is a little underrated. And Jorge, I think he has better projections than people realize. And then like the outfield
tell
is
me
gross.
about Jorge Polanco.
Yeah, and then let's see, 7 picks away. And outfield is just like this mixed bag. Like when I looked at this team after, I'm like, this isn't the worst team.
Nimmo at 202. What?
Hey man, that's. See, I was gonna go like 8-5-7 or something, and then I was like, oh my god, like okay, I got to. And then so I got lucky, obviously, but and then I have another one too. I only did two.
Man, okay.
But that's just like that. That's how not even bored. Like I'm just
interesting.
Braining.
If somehow those guys, I mean,
it's hyper fragile. It's hyper fragile. That's all
we don't know. We don't know what. Like we have an idea of what might be better, but we don't know what's going to be the overall bet. Like we're in the wild, wild west. We do not know what is the best thing. So again, I like that you're trying that out. I mean, you're talking to the guy that's that I've endorsed doing all sorts of different things with pitchers, like doing like wait on pitchers, go just 7, wait, you know what I mean? Like I'm for that. So
I thought it was interesting. I have another one I'll show you after this pick. Bunt. I don't know if you know that dude's in trouble. Okay, so like I said, I would love to avoid Green and I would love to avoid
Tommy
Bauer.
Pham
so
at
I'm just going to scroll
114.
past here unless there's someone up there.
You pick who you want here. I'm in flux about Tommy Pham.
I'm going to queue up Grossman. I
like it.
Wow, man. That is who else does he have? Oh, he's going.
Okay, Sheep.
That's crazy. That must have been a stacked auto. You know how you know with the queuing up.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's Sheep. It's okay. The reason why I'm so perplexed about this, if anyone doesn't know Dark Sheep, is he is a very sharp player. In the Discord, like it's very, very sharp. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments here. And like the fact that he took him that early, it had to be that. And I'm reading no Bosox saving my Milwaukee stack. Yeah, you're lucky. I would, if it was me, we would be Milwaukee stacks every single draft.
Fun. They're fun and they're easy.
So free. Real quick. So I'll just tell you about that. I have this on my head.
Please,
I need to say it about the story. I literally had a curveball come, and this was like 13U. I had a curveball come just lobbed in there, and I wasn't the greatest hitter when I was younger. I just stepped into it. Literally, the ball fouled off my bat into my face and knocked me unconscious.
What?
On home plate. So all of a sudden, I wake up after like 10 seconds. I'm like, whoa. And it's like blood all over home plate. Everyone's like, whoa. And people are just like picking me up and then bringing me to a car. And I literally, so I have a scar from a birthmark. That's not that. But I literally had like baseball treads.
No way.
Yep. Hit myself straight. Like all I remember is swinging and then just waking up on the ground with home plate covered in blood.
Oh my God.
And I'm
that
just
would be
like,
tough. I would love to have the laces in my
there
face.
there was an old guy. He's like, I have watched baseball for like 50 plus years. And I have never seen that ever in my life. And I'm like, well, glad I could do it for you, sir.
Dude, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I got Bassett or Blackman here.
Yep, I like Bassett. I like Bassett more. Again, I like Blackman.
Yeah,
fills out a nice Colorado stack, which is cheap.
Yeah, good playoffs. That's the only reason why I would think about taking him. But we have 4 here, and it's not impossible to find late round value. You just got to get a little creative. And I know Blackman was terrible last year.
Yeah,
like objectively not good.
I know you said you didn't like to take hitters past round 17. Maybe we get uncomfortable and we try and take a couple.
This is a draft where I would. Where I would.
And that's normally what I'd like. See, that's what maybe with the drafts I've been doing, I should say, is like I've been seeing a lot of where I've been lately doing a lot of almost 8, 9, 10 round straight batters. And then I can take a couple later round batters to hopefully just hit, you know what I mean? And sometimes they're the Riley. I mean, they were Riley Greens of the world before all of a sudden he's going and now I can't get him in the 20th. Like it was the people that I liked in the 20th that are now being way raised up in their price. But So I
big
do
difference here.
Yeah, I do like that. So, but I have been finding myself doing the late infield, and maybe I just try and do things again. Don't know if this is the right terminology. I like to zig while others zag. I like to zag while others zig. However you say it. Mm-hmm. I like to just be a little different, and while still just taking my guys and doing, I think, what proper roster construction. Mm-hmm. I think Tony, who's I think it's Pecan. You took Flaherty, which.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was in here, and I said, I don't know if you know. All I know is that he got a PRP injection like 2 weeks ago to address inflammation. He was shut down from throwing for 2 weeks, but before that, there was like not a lot of news. The only news that we had was that he was getting a second opinion. So I have just been like scared of Flaherty, and I just don't take him. But he could heal up and be fine and like be a horse, and that's probably could be just a blind spot for me, but that was all I was referring to. I typically don't see it. I won't take him there.
No, at his price, unless he's doing what I just mentioned earlier to like a Shane Baz, where he all of a sudden is in the 20th, 19th round, previously going almost in like that, like not just high enough. I honestly, where Flaherty was dropping, like I like if Flaherty's sitting there in the 19th, 20, what do? Do you take a stab at him?
I mean,
just think of the upside that if he's fine, if he after the injection, not even fine, if he comes out and pitches a couple weeks or a couple months, maybe has a little injury, comes back, or just what I mean, it doesn't even matter how much. Like I just think the upside at that point, like in the 19th, even the 18th, like it's Jack Flaherty.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Like I think he's a little overrated himself. His underlying metrics aren't great, but I mean he's better than the options in that area.
What do you think out of these guys?
Sonny Gray?
Yeah, let's take your boy.
So, what do you think about Kopech though? Because like I agree that how do we know
Kopech's in the rotation?
He is, but like they're right now. I know it's because of like he was only going to get 2 innings, and they were going to evaluate him, and like everyone's just saying all over, like, is he even going to get 100 innings this season? Like, is he even going to get, like, you know what I mean?
I think he is, man. Kopech.
I think so.
I think out of the pen, obviously he's very good out of the pen, very effective, but his stuff is so good that I think they do need like a 5th starter still. So I do think that Kopech is going to be stretched out.
I think Dagus, is it Dagus Max? I don't know how you pronounce
it. Dag is Max, I think.
Yeah, Dag. Okay, so he said Vince, and I saw that Vince Velasquez is, and I saw is like potentially going to get the 5th spot or be a fill-in.
God almighty.
I'm not saying to draft him at all. I'm just saying what I saw. Like, I do not believe in that, but yeah.
Yeah. He could be a little riskier than we thought, but if you watch Kopech pitch, he's very, very good. And all the news out early was that he's going to start. And maybe they're backpedaling a little bit, but I'm going to keep riding that and hope that he does.
In the chat, did you see? I think it's Terrence Charles says Schwarber bats first. He's not likely to get 100 RBIs and doesn't steal bases. I still think he could get 100 RBIs and I still think he's not solidified at that spot. Like, I think they could move him around. Like,
I could see him. I would be surprised if that changed at some point.
I mean, 100. Yeah. I mean, the projections have him for 87, but I mean, not only the top people.
Yeah, we're up.
I was just gonna go with Herman if you wanted him, but
I just had him queued up. We'll take him. I've backed off significantly from my Herman. Yeah, okay. I took him a lot early, and then I backed off.
It's the same thing with mine. I think he's perfect for best ball.
Yeah,
like he's an interesting in that, and a lot of people are, but I think he just fits best ball really nice. And it's just
him specifically.
He could easily be dealt, which who knows if that's helpful for him or not, like, because his splits are really different when they're like, I think it was it Yerman or John Gray that was like, you think they would be better out of Coors or whatever, but they actually had worse.
I think Herman had pretty good home splits, but he still gets rough. I mean, and that was comparatively, speaking, his splits weren't the worst, but overall he still has, Coors is tough. Enough said, but it's his style of pitching, I think, is what made him interesting, because I think curveballs don't bite as hard at Coors, and he was in his style of pitching, I think, suited the environment, I believe, was like the argument for, and I forget who said that. I apologize that I don't have a citation on that, because I didn't just come up with that. I heard that from someone, and I can't remember who off top.
Yeah, so it's just I like him in that area just for the pitching that's there. I think he's just a tier above what's there. It's definitely questionable. A lot of it's and it's arguable too. Like there's not. Like, I just think he is. So,
but the struggles of having Herman on your team in best ball is way different than managed. Because in managed, it's like, I got to hold this guy, and he's got to he's projected for like 3 straight home starts. Like, well, I'm gonna throw him to the curb. Whereas now, like, we have him and there's no pressure because we're going to be drafting a lot of pitchers, and maybe we get him on the hot streak. It's just the nature of best ball. But that's what makes him a tough hold in managed leagues. Like, if he's got a heavy home stretch coming, like you can dispose of him and let somebody else, pick him up. But now we don't have to worry about that.
You want to scroll down on our team just so I can just make sure. So we got a little
we're 5-4-4.
Two. All right, perfect.
2 Rays and then a mixed bag here. But
so if you want my opinion on who I would go here, it's just because I think he's just the undervalue.
Yeah, please.
I guess I should wait. I'm gonna wait.
You can private chat me.
Yeah. We'll do that because I bet he's gonna go now, so it's not even gonna matter. But it's just I think and it's already been talked about. I just think the projections have him as way more higher.
We need to just talk about this guy, period, because I need to know if you have the same experience that I do in your slow drafts when it comes to this guy that you just chatted me.
Let's just wait 1 second here just because I have a feeling. Oh, come on, don't do it.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, I knew it. He's just sitting there.
Well, he's taking late Dodgers right now. So
I know, and he's using Bad X, and he's just a smart. So Sheep did exactly what we were talking about there. Let's take a pick now, so we're not just talking about that.
What are you thinking? Because I take a ton of Stroman.
Scooble.
Yeah. All right.
I'm on the Scooble train now, where I've taken him, and I'm like, you know what? I think he might be I think I was very foolish for just basically 86 them off my list.
The hard hits is just like it's.
No, I agree. No, I was talking about with Sheep. It's like, dude, he like being a Twins fan. I know this dude throws BP. Like he literally just throws BP. Like it's not. But he's a I should say he's a top prospect. He's a higher end prospect.
Yep.
And he has when he has the stuff, it's filthy. Like when he can K people up. So like if he can lower the hard contact, which he's a young pitcher and that can happen. Like why not? Like there's a lot of different things that can happen.
Yeah.
And I immediately started thinking like he's a perfect best ball pitcher too. Like he's just someone that could just be fantastic. Like
yeah. And thinking about the young pitchers specifically, they take a lot more time to develop in the majors.
Yeah.
And you look at Scuball, he didn't even pitch an inning in AAA. He went straight from high A to double A, where he started 24 games through 120 innings, and all he did was put up like a 1 ERA or 2 ERA. Like he was nuts, and with like a 15 K9, like he was demolishing the minor leagues.
He's got a park that we like, as we think is the spacious confines of America, which is weird because actually if you look at it, it's kind of like it's a middling park. It seems almost hitter friendly. Like there's statistics showing
that stuff is give and take. It really is give and take because it's so cavernous. Maybe there's some more doubles that can drop in and whatnot.
So we need outfield here. Who are you looking? Just click outfield for a second. Just straight outfield. Who are we thinking? I have an idea.
So do
that
I.
Would help fill a stack.
I have one that wouldn't.
Well, who is it?
It's J-Rod.
Okay.
That's my. Who do you?
I will never say no to that. I was going to say Nimmo, but
Nimmo's got the triple stack, and I think
Nimmo could fall unless.
It's pretty early. Yeah, it's pretty early.
Julio's gone way up.
What if we go pitcher? What if we go Sandoval?
Oh yeah,
because we need pitcher. We're going volume pitcher.
Go right off outfield, and I'm like,
that's why it's hard, man. It's hard to not take it back.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. So that it's tough because I ventured off too, and then we end up doing the same thing that we always do. But you gotta stay strong, and we could probably get Nimmo late unless somebody reaches. And Dart Sheep just took Julio. Julio might crack opening day roster for Seattle, which would be awesome.
That is he is the reason why I'm scared for Jared Kelenic.
Yeah,
like it's like. What if Jared Kelenic just does what he did last year and just sucks again for a period of time, and they're just like, you know what? We have so many better options. Holy crap! I have 3 picks within 5 seconds of a 5 minutes of a slow draft, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Go ahead and take those picks.
That's nice.
I got one that's
what were you going to bring up about? I think Will Smith.
You
said you had a dilemma in the slow drafts.
Yeah. So if anyone's in here, if you guys have slow drafts, mostly slow drafts, I see this. Will Smith has fallen. I've seen him like fall to pick 180. It makes no sense to me because dude is in universal DH. Hello, like where does that? People not know that? Like he's going to have more opportunities to get at bats than he did in the past. He plays on the Dodgers, who have a stacked team, and the dude rakes. He is very, very good. I just do not understand why he's fallen. And I see him fall, like, not just sometimes, I see him fall a lot. And I can't help but take him. And I don't know if maybe people just get too happy on infield and then they feel like they can't afford another one. But me, I wait for him in almost every draft.
It's literally what I think it was Doobie. I so many people in the Discord now, which is awesome, that are joining in and joining our. But he mentioned like
I
got Real Muto, something in a slow draft or something, and he put like handshakes, and I was like, dude, I'll take Real Muto, like even if he's not in a Philly stack, like even if he's a picker. Like I think Real Muto and Will Smith like are literally being. I think they're like you just said, they're so undervalued, and with the universal DH, it's like they're just. Yes, they'll still get time off, I'm assuming, because it's like, okay, he's a catcher, he's been squatting, get some time off. It's going to blind people with the white.
Sorry, I forgot that I'm sharing my screen here.
Everyone just did the SpongeBob My Eyes. Just everyone just like, oh my god.
My fault. Guys.
No, you're good.
It's like my third hilarious.
But no, it's the same thing. Like it's like a oh, they're there. Okay, click. Like just click. Just to take them, please. It's like I will scoop them up. 20% Will Smith, not even scared about it. 19% JT Realmuto, not even scared about it. Like, why would you be when they don't cost anything?
Yeah, man, it's
like nothing.
I got to see what my Will Smith is because I know it's got to be high, and 16%. But it's a lot of dingers. I can tell you based on the entry fees. It's a lot. I think
you're
dingers.
Doing. I think with your nice little bankroll boost that you got with your win. Again, congrats on that. You're firing more dingers than I have. So, which if I had the bankroll, I would definitely be doing more dingers. But
very, very fortunate for that dub, no doubt. And it happened to come just in time for MLB season. And I've always wanted to. I think there's a
selection here that we should most likely just scoop up.
Yeah, it's time.
It's Nimmo.
Yeah. We got to play into that stack. Nimmo is a guy that projects very high as well. That people sleep on, and I think that his playing time is not very. It's safe. You know, there's a reason why I take him so much because I think he rounds out an outfield core very nicely.
Yep. And I mean, at one point we were all thinking. I honestly, it's like, is Conforto just going to go back to the Mets? Like it was like what's going to happen?
I feel like he might go back to Queens.
He honestly could, and that's what I've been seeing. Granted, it's most likely these weird accounts on Twitter that just say, "Oh, unfortunately, he's a Met," so I don't take that.
I love that. Yeah, he's a Met.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a Met. He's a Met. Sadly, I'm just like, oh god, just stop. But.
I love that.
A funny thing about the Mets is in my stack rankings, they are the 7th ranked stack. So, I mean, I just like them a lot. I think they're very sneaky. I think you can get all of them. I like the Alonso, Marte. I like Marte. I
love Marte coming off a career year. I think there's a little bit of like lull Mets baked into the ADPs. I think everyone just expects shit to break. Hasn't it
been for the past 5 years? For the past 10 years, it's been, this is going to be the year of the Mets.
It's undeniable.
I think finally it's kind of just like, we don't want that anymore. No, and it's like people are backing off a bit. And I'm just like, fine, I'll take it. Like,
is DeGrom going to get run support this year? Like, what's going on?
Will DeGrom pitch more than 80 innings this year? No one
God, I hope.
Okay, that's something I should honestly ask you. Do you think he's healthy?
Yeah, he's been. Wasn't he pitching in?
You say? Training? I mean, the dude at one point had like UCL.
We just lost all that.
Like, how does that just clear up without any surgeries or anything?
It's weird.
I'm just honestly, anyone in the chat, if they have any honest answers too, if they've seen anything, but like, is he gonna be healthy? Like, is he going to last a full year? Like, everyone's, he's going to be, look at him now. It's like, well, but.
So we're on the clock real quick. 7:45.
I've got the last one. You go here. You got it.
I'm going to take my boy Hayes.
Thank you. Yeah. See, I don't see, And when I give it to you, I'm kind of just lobbing up a softball.
Yeah, so he sprained his ankle, but it's just a sprained ankle, right? He's okay. He's running at 50%.
Season isn't for a week.
Whoa, breaking from baseball, he had shoulder soreness yesterday. I didn't see that. It's harder to stay tapped into the MLB news cycle, unlike the NFL news cycle. So I didn't see that. Shoulder soreness is that sucks. That I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm feeling that. Okay, so I like that. Jay Werner posted about Smith's slide because of the his plate appearances aren't updating. One thing I just wanted to point out, Tony or Pecan, for if anyone that doesn't know him, he just took Tyler Glasnow. That's something we've been talking about. Okay. He's not going to be pitching at all this year. He's not. I don't know. And so I think like
he was in the stream. He was in the stream with us.
Was he last time?
No, he was in there tonight.
We didn't talk about Glasnow tonight, did we?
We didn't. No, we didn't tonight. But like, if you're hanging with us, like,
yeah. So Glasnow is most likely not going to pitch. I don't even think he's not until 2023. So like again, the reports are so different. Apparently, he's on a throwing schedule starting soon, but like he just got Tommy John in August and August, September, October. It's not even we not even a half. Like we're barely anywhere in his recovery table. It's like 18 to 20 months for Tommy John, isn't it?
So he was
It's over a year and a half that he's going to be
buddy. I'm sorry, Pecan. I'm on your ass tonight, and I feel very bad.
No. I just that's definitely it's a good thing it happened in a $5.
Yeah,
but definitely if anyone's watching,
I didn't know this. He's playing catch. He was playing catch.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's getting people optimistic. But it's like how it's like what do they if he comes back at the end of September? So that's just maybe something to talk about. If he comes back in the end of September, somehow
he's probably coming out of the pen,
and they're not even gonna risk it. They're like, dude, this was our ace. So Glasnow is someone that he shouldn't. It's a silly underdog thing. I think if you look at is Andrew Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn still is a 0.2 projection. They should just switch it. They should switch Andrew Vaughn and Tyler Glasnow.
Just swap them. Do something. It would be nice in the future to be able to, instead of like creating a full list of ranks, to like put a guy down so you don't draft him, just to do a do not draft list on Underdog would be great.
And it's not like, and Tony said, I'm just paying the rake, but like, it's like, dude, I have 3 Glasnow shares. One of them was the second draft when I had no idea what I was doing, and 2 are auto drafts. So it's like, I also paid the rake, but it's
any thoughts here?
So
Sorry, we're on the clock.
Oh yeah.
I just have a safe pick queued up. Anything else?
No, I like it. I like it. So
just get some innings.
So can you go to the draft board for a second?
Oh yeah. I guess I haven't even.
No, you're good. When did Jesus Luzardo go?
Oh, he gone, huh?
Did he go? I'm seeing if he went yet. Because
usually he sticks around. In my experience.
Okay, no, so he hasn't gone yet. Where's he at in ADP? Because he has been rising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's soon. He did. Oh, Jay Werner took him. Where'd you take him, Jay? Wow, 15.
Okay, so my thoughts on Jesus Luzardo. Not in the okay, and then I get people. He was someone that at one point wasn't even had an ADP. So like that's why it's just like. Woofda. I think it's a little rich for me. I mean, it's different. I think Jay Werner also posted something about like that. I'll get onto that later, but like about the Chris Bryant thing, and it's similar where it's like his ADP is risen. It's like, well, other teams are going to have him. It's the same similar thing there. It's like I'm not, and I guess I didn't agree with that because it's like I think because Chris Bryant's projection updated crazy high when he went to Coors, but Luzardo it's just at one point he didn't even have the ADP, and I've locked him up so much in the 20th, and we don't know what to expect from Luzardo. I mean, the last major news we have from him besides this year was he hurt his pinky playing a video game. And then he got traded to the Marlins, and he played for them for a little bit and was like, all right, up and down, right? Or am I crazy?
Sorry, real quick. We're on the clock. I would prefer outfield here. I feel like infield is pretty stacked.
I see you doing it, so I'm just kind of letting you go with it.
Or do you want torque for the Detroit?
I don't have any torque.
Let's take torque. Screw it. Let's go. Let's call it. Let's see. Maybe we go 866. Maybe we go 965. I would probably prefer 965 and just call this hyper fragile and assume that Trout's healthy all year. Teoscar goes nuts. Reynolds MVP. Yeah. I think that you can make a case that this is like a 5 outfield team. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds of teams or just single hundreds. So I have no problem. If there's not another, unless Vaughn falls, I might be tempted to go 866. But after Vaughn, man,
it's scary.
You gotta really pull my freaking leg to take. I will say
I like weird people here. I get weird with my last outfield. I take David Peralta with my Marte stacks.
I do take Peralta. I've taken some.
I specifically have been. I took Varsho. Now everyone takes them and pairs them with them. I'm like, let me get the opposite. I like Connor Joe. I still like Connor Joe.
I've got the weirdest thing you've ever heard coming your way
about Connor Joe
projection. Not Connor Joe. It's a stack. It's stack equity. It's an outfielder.
Okay, I'm down for it. What do we got here? Oh, you don't even have to. Wait, is he? Yeah, you don't even have to sell me on him, man.
You're a Yoshi guy.
How many do I got? It's not much, but I've been taking him on there. I
thought he was going to be completely undrafted.
No, again with this 150 bunts, so totally different from just saying I have a few like in my couple lineups. Sorry, my computer is just running slow after I was just trying to bring up my pitching.
Mm-hmm.
5 shares of Yoshi.
I love,
and this
that,
is
man.
This is all of them. So it could be in. I've done a lot of these weird those $3 ones at one point when it was a little low. I did those $3. I did some $5 slow draft 10 people just to see.
Yeah,
so it could be in those ones. But,
yeah, that's good to like mix up your exposures that way. For sure.
And I think those ones are interesting. This is our last pick. I
think I'm gonna.
There you go.
Unless there's like a pitcher. Are you cool with this staff here? This is a pretty safe staff. We got some good innings here. All right, let's go Yoshi, baby.
And I like that a lot.
Cool.
And then so just to get back on, so specifically Jesus Luzardo, who's been rising.
I'm
trying to find where he's even ranked. And again, I sometimes take like pitching the bat X. I don't specifically. My pitching thing is not the bat. I use all of them conglomerated. With a lot of bias from Rates and Barrels. Thank you for showing me that earlier in the offseason. And then so I've been taking a bunch of that using my own stuff. But I just feel like so I'm just going to see his comment here about Luzardo. Yeah, did he put something about Luzardo?
Well, no, I don't think he had. Well, yeah, so he did. He mentioned about ADP, and we were talking. We always talk game theory with this stuff.
Yeah,
and the
that's
fresh ADP.
Good,
really,
that's good. So I do agree that it's a new tournament. People don't. Okay, I agree with that. As long as you're not taking them in like the bunt regular one or the dinger, maybe at that ADP, because I think so many people have them at 20. So I do agree in this. It's like but it's just. I feel like you can get them still in the 19th and 20th. Very easy in the bunt too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You can. And even with that, I wouldn't take them other than the 20th, man. I just think Luzardo, and I mentioned, given the benefit of the doubt to Skubal, the young pitchers take a while to develop. I thought Skubal looked like a lot better than Luzardo did. Luzardo looked lost, in my opinion. And like you said, he had those injuries last year, so it's very easy to give him the benefit of the doubt as well. Yep. And I've taken a couple of Luzardo, but I guess overall, man, I don't have a lot of confidence in him being serviceable.
It's more of like an Eric said, I think when he started taking it, it's a boomer, but it's the risky guys that he likes at the end that I've always liked at the end. There are safer guys. I shouldn't say safer. My safe guy, my pristine example would be a Gene Segura, just because he's projected very well. I don't even know if he's safe. He could suck this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's an older guy. He's not gonna give you like the big ceiling that we don't know what could happen from him.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just feel like I do like those younger guys, but maybe not at that price. But I mean, it's whatever you want, because Eric and Pete took Devontae at 2. There's different things. It's different things, so we don't know what's going to happen. It's very different. It's a different context. And then so Steven Matt. Okay, so what would you? So I like Steven Matz more than Luzardo, specifically for the fact that I think they're just going to throw him for what he showed last year. So that's what I think. I don't know what you personally think about Matz versus Luzardo.
Oh yeah, Matz is a bona fide starter. Matt's a bona fide starter. There's a chance Luzardo gets pushed to the pen, in my opinion.
Exactly. And that's why there's so many bona fide starters that I think have a spot locked in there. You know what I mean? I think
at that range, yeah.
So I'm willing to take the pick on Luzardo on someone that's very if he puts it all together, he could be what one was it in Oakland 3 years back when he was like unreal. Like he was one of the biggest pitching prospects or young guys in coming up. Yep. But I'm willing to take that in the 19th, 19th, like later 19th. But like they're still taking them over all those other guys that have solidified spots. Even if they struggle, they're most likely still going to be in the rotation unless they all of a sudden fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
Yeah, and I will say as well, another thing that makes it tough, I know we're just specifically talking Matz versus Luzardo, but it's basically like that type of profile in the 20th round. You are taking Matz, who is, not super flashy. His ceiling is well known, what we know what that guy can do, versus Luzardo, and there's, his ceiling is, we still don't know, but he's had a very poor track record in the majors so far. And there are so many guys like in that first draft we just finished up, I queued up 10 pitchers that like you can cycle in the 20th round. I mean, there's just so many guys to take, and you should, if you're volume drafting, you should sprinkle in Luzardo and sprinkle in some safe guys. However, I'm not placing a large bet solely on Luzardo.
That's my main thing. I will funnel all that back. It's just I agree with all that. I'm just not going to be taking Luzardo in the 15th, even if I think his ADP is going to rise, mainly for the fact that I know I can specifically get him in the 20th. That's where I'm comfortable taking him. I do see all that, like the betting on the innings pitched versus the ceiling. It's a different bet construction. No, I agree with all that. So for me, it's a little rich in the 15th, but and yeah, Tony, we're glad we can help, man. Hey, this is we all have. I'm pretty sure Nez may or may not have one Tyler Glass now, depending on a auto pick, but we might all have a Tyler Glass now, so might as well get it out of the way early. I'm
gonna check right now, but I think I'm safe. I am.
Whew, you're safe? Yeah. I woke up to one back-to-back pick that I missed somehow, and I had like the back-to-back, and I saw like my most recent, like literally it was like the end pick, and it was like Glass now, and my heart just went, oh no. But
yeah, that at least he's so late that it honestly like won't bury you, but it's just like it's like a meme at this point.
Yep. Well, guys, we're glad that we can do this for you. 2 drafts, my goodness. So
that was fun, man. That was fun.
We're making it so Nez has more to split when all of a sudden we take.
That's right. No. Hey, we're gonna win 2 now.
Yeah. We got 2 shots in this. Yeah, we'll be back. I think we got. I don't want to leak too much, but we might be doing some more drafts with the head honcho himself. We could be experimenting in a different format. Who knows? But stay tuned. We definitely have more content coming up. And we're glad that all of you were in here, and we're glad that you guys could join draft with us. I mean, it's nothing better than having a family Spike Week draft with a few randos, of course. But yeah, nothing like than just giving away EV for you guys. So we're glad we can do it.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll see you again later, guys. Have a great night,
you guys.
Peace.